Oh, here I am. Okay. My trouble's fixed. Hi everybody. How's everyone doing? If you're doing good, I'm very happy to hear that. Oh, hi Agent Core. You seem to be the first one here. Congrats. Where the fuck? Okay. There we go. I'm doing good. What about you? I'm doing fan-freaking-tastic. I haven't streamed in a whole week. That's about it, really. I just haven't streamed. Everything's been going well. I'd like to thank Deku the Dragon, and Mikan for following. Deku the Dragon was 3 days ago. Mikan was 13 hours ago. So thank you both, for following. I'm glad you think I'm neat. Yeah, I'm just glad. So, from the title of this, you can probably assume what we're doing today. We're going to play Witches x Warlocks, which was, submitted in my whole music. Alright, there. Fixed it. We're gonna be playing Witches x Warlocks today, which was, submitted into my suggestion box by the one and only Agent Core. So, to do him justice, we're going to play the shit out of this game. Sorry, I'm just sending some last minute links out so we can get more people in here. Link already went out to Twitter. Link is going to the Discord. And the last one is Instagram. So just, you know, chill, appreciate the music, and just vibe, you know. Do 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 do. Okay, let's start, shall we? I'm gonna put myself in a Discord call, so in case somebody wants to pop in, they totally can. Hopefully somebody does pop in. Hopefully I'm not alone. But you know, maybe I will be. Oh, not Discord. There we go. Now we're set. Now I'm gonna turn off my music. because this game has music. It's funky. Super funky. Windowed mode, please. So I can see what the fuck I'm doing. This music is the funkiest I've ever heard. It's so awesome. Hey, let's get started, I guess. Yo, I get to create my witch. Okay, so stars, obviously. What gender do I feel like being today? Okay, we'll do male.
Let me try.
Let me try.
Let me try.
Well, chat, which one sounds like me?
Let me try.
Does this sound like me?
Let me try.
Does this sound like me?
Let me try.
Does this sound like me? Which one? Which one is good? I'm gonna go with white. I am white. I don't know. Okay, Pog. We'll just do they them.
Let me try.
Let me try. Let me try.
Let's do that one. That one's close enough. Let's do black.
It's love, love, love.
Oh god. It's love, love, love that makes the world go round, round, round. We have auto. Another flawless night. Oh, once again, love is triumphant. Thanks to all the weeks of dedicated hard work of yours, truly, the incomparable, the one and only Stars Nightshade.
Da-dee-da.
It's love, 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 da-dee-da. Tonight, two souls who had been searching their entire lives for each other have found one another at last. Tonight, two hearts. Oh my god. Do I have to go into Do Not Disturb? Hang on. I think I'm gonna have to go into Do Not Disturb. Okay. All thanks to me.
The best matchmaker in Dwemermere High.
Alright.
The only one.
Oh, who are they? Ooh, the only matchmaker in Dwemermere High. Dwemermere, oh, whatever. Blue-skinned apparition steps out of the wall right in front of me. He's a ghost! I jump back, I lose my balance and nearly fall over.
What's the matter?
You look like you've seen a ghost.
I have.
True.
Oh, yeah.
I would have never guessed. The apparition hovering a few inches above the pavement is Zero, my poltergeist classmate and childhood friend. Hi, Zero. I snicker at his obvious jab, as he's quite the natural-born talent for it. You're looking strict and frowny and scary as always, Zero. Where have you been? I was waiting all night.
Smile for me.
Why don't you smile more often? Gross. You look sweeter than candy corn when you smile. Don't say that shit. That's gross. Don't tell people to smile. Looks like Zero won't be showing me that sweet smile of his tonight. Yeah,
Anyway.
obviously. Anyway, I have actually been busy on a very important errand.
Yeah, right.
You were just out matchmaking again.
Of course.
Of course I was out matchmaking.
Don't you know?
When evil comes knocking, whether to external forces or a certain summoning incident in the lab that we are not going to bring up for yet the 100th time, Zero.
I must do it.
I must quell the beast in finding its one true love. After all, I am the one and the only Stars Nightshade. Da-da-da. Best matchmaker in Dwemermere High.
Again.
Da-da, dummy. You're the only matchmaker in Dwemermere High.
Naturally.
I'm so superb at matchmaking, no one dares to compete against wonderful me. Zero brings his hands together slowly and horribly in 1, 2, 3 sarcastic claps.
So,
May one inquire if the one and the only Stars Nightshade found any time in between helping the undead find love and romancing evil spirits to study for their exams.
Exams?
yes.
Exams.
Of course.
Oh, exams, of course I have, silly.
Yes.
They're promptly bookmarked in my calendar.
Well,
I just haven't had the time to really buckle down and get with a good witch's brew and spellbook.
I will.
But I will.
Ha ha ha.
Folding his arms, Zero smirks at me with a rather sardonic glint in his ruby eyes.
Ray, tell me.
God, his voice gives me fucking shivers. When Prey does the incomparable Stars Nightshade think their exams are.
Huh?
It's not Halloween, I'm pretty sure I have much more time than you.
Wait.
Stars, when do you think is Halloween?
Well,
Halloween is the most important day in a witch's calendar. However, these days I've been so busy with matchmaking, a certain evil spirit every day just seems like any other. I cannot say for certain the last time I looked at my day planner, but it couldn't have been that long ago.
maybe.
Halloween is 2 months, maybe 3, or maybe 4.
Halloween is next week.
Yeah, I deserve that.
What?
I don't know which is more terrifying, the way Zero is glowering, or what he just shouted.
No way.
Next week?
Yes.
Next week. Halloween?
Really?
I cannot believe.
Yes, Stars, I cannot believe you forgot about your exams, much less Halloween.
What?
But Zero, a lot has happened since the start of the semester, and you know my memory has a tendency to be fickle.
Don't you know?
On the first week, I almost got tangled up in a mistaken identity crisis with the corpse's bride.
Thankfully.
Thankfully, he was understanding once I matched him up with the undead body of his dreams.
And then.
Not long after, an evil spirit teen tried to banish me for getting his mom a hot date.
And then.
I must have mentioned a certain summoning incident in the lab that is still not up for discussion. I feel like we have to discuss the incident in the lab. Zero sighs with an exaggerated shake of his head.
It isn't.
Your memory isn't bad, selective. Throw up my hands and surrender at his comments. Nothing I said was going to break down his wall when he gets like this.
I don't know.
I don't even know what the exams are about.
So,
Exams will be a series of magical obstacle courses. You need to use the magic spells you were supposed to have learnt this year too.
Oh, you mean-
Spells? You mean like the glow spell?
yes.
I
I
remember.
remember Miss Magwitch cast glow in her first class. The demonstration was absolutely dazzling.
Yes.
About the exams.
Yeah.
Maybe I can cast it too and dazzle the examineers into passing me. The wonderful matchmaker of Drimmermere High. Yeah!
Let me try.
How'd she do it? Let me try. Glow! I waved my hands grandly the way I remember Miss Magwitch doing.
Glow.
Light, come on! Glow! Not a glimmer.
Why?
Zero, care to give me a hint as to why I can't cast glow? Because you're a witch, only true sorcerers can cast spells purely by magic. Witches like yourselves must use potions to cast spells.
Oh.
I cannot believe.
This is basic knowledge. Have you slept through the classes the whole semester? A sheepish grin spreads across my face before I can stop it. Maybe. I've been staying up pretty late.
May I remind you?
Unless you study properly from now on, you're going to fail your exams and be expelled for being a witch who can't cast one single spell.
Really?
Or one simple spell, whatever. Will they really expel me just because I can't cast a single spell? Zero's looking at me in that horrible way of his again.
Think about it.
You'd be the one and only witch in the entire history of Drimmermere High to be unable to cast even a single spell. Being expelled from is far from far-fetched. Gross. It's gross because I can't say it. Being expelled is far from far-fetched. Think about that for a moment. Here, help me. Teach me to be a spellcasting witch. Let me think about it. No.
May I remind you?
Every night for the last 3 months, between all the ghouling around and excessive matchmaking, I keep warning you to prepare for your exams, but did you ever listen?
What?
With Zero, you try to listen to anything while being excessively haunted by an evil spirit.
You said so.
Said the evil spirit summoning incident was not up for discussion.
Did you?
So, did you ever listen to me? I'm sorry. Oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna have a breakdown. Why is it sorry? Oh god, I'm just gonna go guess not.
Guess not.
You're hopeless.
You're hopeless, Stars. Don't even think you can get me to bail you out of this time. This mess really is all my fault, huh?
That's right.
And I'm not fixing it for you. I let my shoulders droop.
I understand.
After all, you've done so much already.
I'll work hard.
I'm going to study really hard, harder than I ever have before, these next 7 days.
And then...
If it still isn't enough, then we never see each other again. After I'm expelled next week, then I'll miss you, Zero, my dearest friend. Give Zero a sad little smile and turn to limp tragically away. 3, 2, 1.
Wait,
Zero.
I guess.
I have no choice but to help you once more, but don't count on it happening
Thank
again. Really, you will? Thanks, Zero! I spin exuberantly, celebrating my little victory and throwing my arms around him. They slip through him as usual.
Hey!
Hey, quit it! It'll take me ages to reform myself if I get disintegrated so close to dawn. Sorry. I'm so happy I can't help it. You're the best, Zero.
Stop.
I said stop. There isn't much time left before daybreak and you— Oh, what did I click? Return. I left-clicked. There is so much time before daybreak and you need all the help you can get.
Pay attention.
Now pay attention, I'm only going to explain spellcasting and potions for witches just this once. Okay, your day is divided into 3 segments. Early dawn, crimson dusk, and witching hour. Okay. Okay, you can pick an activity to spend your time with during each time segment in the activity menu. Make potions, learn spells, buy potions, part-time job. Okay. Make potions, spells, and part-time job will advance your time into the next segment. Okay, so buying potions does not.
Ah,
Dawn is
the
coming.
day is coming.
Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
What's the matter?
You look so ephemeral and fragile now, as if the slightest wind could whisk you away.
Because
That's because the sun is nearly up.
that's how it is.
For poltergeists like me, doomed for life only to walk the night.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping me tonight and, well, for everything.
Work hard and do your best.
I, for one, would prefer it if you didn't get yourself expelled, if that makes a difference. If it isn't for how transparent he has become, I could almost swear his cheeks are a tinge brighter than before. Silently smiling his elusive sweet smile, Zero fades away with the onset of the day. I will, Zero, I promise. I'll work hard, pass the Halloween exam, and make you proud of me. I will, I swear it. Okay, sick. The windows in my house are brightly lit, and when I try the door, it swings inward with ease. Which means...
Damien!
I'm home!
Welcome home.
Oh! I like your rib cage and your hair. Come home, Stars. I hear my housemate Damien shuffling down the stairs, welcoming me with their shy smile.
Help me!
Damien, help me! Oh, tonight didn't go well? The worst! Tonight was just dreadful. I can try, but I don't know if I...
You see,
Matchmaking isn't my forte, and you've never needed any help before, so... Oh,
No!
not matchmaking. Of course I don't need any help with matchmaking.
The best matchmaker in Dwimmermere High.
And I intend to keep it that way.
Well...
Studying. I give myself the fright thinking about the possibility that I might be expelled from school.
Don't you know?
That exams are on Halloween, which happens to be next week.
of course.
Of course I do. Everyone does. Hang on.
Wait.
Stars, don't tell me you just found out. I look at them teary-eyed. Oh dear. This isn't the most opportune moment to ask, as Damien must be busy with their own studies too. But I gave Zero a promise, and I intend to do everything I can to keep it. And studying together is more fun anyway.
Damien!
The most dependable and studious friend I have, you're my only hope. My housemate looks both embarrassed yet happy at the same time, and that's how I knew I had them exactly where I wanted them.
Really?
I am.
You see,
iPad kid cough. Oh, I'm talking too much. Cracking a Coke open with the boys. Ah. If I cram these books all by myself, I'll probably end up setting them on fire and then catch myself on fire. And then catch fire myself. Whoops. Then die miserably.
please?
You gotta help save me from my ultimate demise. Please. Damien hesitates, but only for a second, before nodding, just as I knew they would.
I'll try.
And do what I can to help you, Stars.
Thank you.
Thank you so much! Without a moment's notice, I fling my arms around them in a big cheerful hug.
Be
Careful! I'm still not finished assembling my parts. Assembling the parts. I jump away at once, careful not to bump off a limb or two.
All right.
You're already doing maintenance again?
Yes.
My previous arms were falling off and one of the knees started creaking, so I had to buy new parts from the human shop. Did you get a good price? There any good bargains lately? I can let Mr. West rip you off. You're his #1 customer after all. They give me a small, humored smile.
Yes.
Yeah, the human shop has an influx of parts that they're selling for cheap because, well, a big pile of human corpses was recently uncovered, or so Mr. West says.
What?
That Mr. West sure is a bit shady, isn't he? Is he a murderer? Is that where you're getting your parts? Damien, you can tell me if you're getting your parts from a murderer. You can voice that here. This is a safe space.
Maybe.
But the human parts he sells are fresh and cheap, just like his potions. Ooh, potion seller.
Right.
Potions! Snap my fingers with both hands. Finger guns. As the next step in my master plan for passing the exams falls into place in my head.
I remember.
That reminds me, you should go to the human shop to buy potions. I'm all out and I can't cast any spells without them.
All right.
That's a good idea, Stars, but are you sure you can afford to?
Why?
Whatever do you mean? Aren't you kind of, broke?
Oh.
Well.
You're right.
You've already spent all your allowance on hosting matchmaking parties, right?
Yes.
Yep, that evil spirit only wanted the most fancy stuffs and wouldn't give me a rest unless I complied.
How?
Oh, wait, how did you know that?
Well.
Because yesterday you had to borrow money from me for lunch and a little extra for a light snack.
I forgot.
Oops, I forgot. This is really bad. Really bad. Oh. Moth is texting me. Ooh. Sorry about that. Emergency texts. Not like bad emergency, just he needed to know now type of emergency. Even if I do learn enough spells to pass the Halloween exams, it won't do me a lick of good if I don't have the potions I need to cast them. There's no way I have enough time to concoct all the potions I will need while cramming spells simultaneously. There has to be another. Stars, listen, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Tell me!
Maybe.
If you need to earn money to buy potions, maybe you can, try asking Mr. West at the human shop for a part-time job.
How?
Are they hiring?
Exactly.
I heard Mr. West needs more hands that are attached to living bodies, to help out because of that big consignment of corpses the shop received. And with everyone busy studying, I think that you'll have a good shot at getting a job there, if you want to, that is.
Perfect.
Perfect. I'll head there at once.
Wait.
After you wake up tomorrow. Their sudden shift in tone took me by surprise, to say the least, and I put on a good pouty face.
What?
No.
Go to bed, Stars. You look exhausted and you need to rest.
What?
No.
Oh god. I'm serious.
You see,
If you won't go to bed now, I'm not going to help you.
Wow!
Wow, such a surprisingly assertive threat coming from you. I do what I need to do.
Alright!
Alright. I know what you mean. I know you mean the best for me.
Yes!
Heading to bed now, my liege. I take an exaggerated bow, and Damien laughs softly, but doesn't leave their spot until I have gone all the way up the stairs and into my bedroom. Maybe Damien is right. I'm way too sleepy now to be applying for part-time jobs if I actually want to end up getting hired. And my bed looks so soft and warm and inviting. My eyelids suddenly feel like a ton of bricks. Tomorrow. I'll work really, really hard tomorrow. Me. Darkness takes me gently into its sweet embrace. 8 hours of uninterrupted beauty sleep is the most magical spell in the world. I went to bed last night feeling like a lobotomized zombie with a head stuffed of decomposing brain matter. This morning, I stretch out my arms, fully resurrected as a lively, youthful matchmaking genius.
Incomparable. The one and only.
Stars Nightshade. I sing hauntingly as I bounce down the stairs. Good morning, Stars. You're looking energetic.
Yeah.
I am energetic, that's why. I feel like I can take on anyone and anything.
excellent.
Even Mr. West in the human shop?
Um,
Aren't you applying for a job at the human shop today? Since you're
well,
broke and need money to buy potions, which you need to cast spells, which you need to pass the exams on Halloween?
Oh.
No wonder I'm in a good mood.
I forgot.
Why is this main character so ditzy? Oh no. I forgot all about exams and potions and casting spells and being broke. Me too. Now I remember, I count each little terrible to-do list item on my finger and my cheery good mood evaporates like a fine mist in the morning sun.
See you later.
I'm late, I have to hurry. See you later, Damien.
yes.
Good luck, Stars. I hear Damien call softly behind me as I dash out the house.
Alright.
Good luck. Yep, I'm going to need it. Ding, ding, ding. The cracked antique bell chimes eerily as I push open the creaky old door of the human shop. The shop is as empty and silent as an open grave, which means it isn't open yet. Probably. Looks like I made it just in time.
Hello? Oh my.
Oh, my, what do we have here? A cutie has appeared into my parlor. Behind the shop counter stands a little girl, her chin on the edge of her palm. Excuse me. She's eyeing me up as a spider would to particularly delectable fly.
Herbie!
Today's produce just arrived. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. My dad came in to tell me my dog tore my sock in half. Back to gaming. God. Herbie, today's produce just arrived and it's still fresh and being alive and all. Her voice echoed. Oh, I'm busy, Camellia. Butcher it yourself. Butcher?
No way!
Wait, I'm not produce.
Mm-hmm.
Really? She tilts her head pointedly to the side with obvious dubious regard.
But?
Are you quite certain? You look a lot like produce to me.
No.
I'm no mere human.
The incomparable. The one and only.
Stars Nightshade.
Nightshade, huh?
So you're
a witch? Yeah.
you know it. Then why haven't I seen you in school before? You go to school too? You go to Dormermere High too?
Huh?
If you're really a student there, you would know that much without asking. Strange, I thought I had invited everyone to my matchmaking parties at least once.
Oh.
Matchmaking? Oh, you're that Nightshade. The charming girl straightens up and dazzles me with her professional sunny smile.
Welcome.
Hello there, my name is Carmelia. How may I assist you today?
You see,
You see, I'm looking for a job.
Huh?
Now, if you're a witch, you should know you have exams in 1 week's time.
For the
This
last
time,
time.
I am a witch.
Whoa.
And I know I have exams in a week, but I'm kinda really broke. Those gotcha matchmaking soirees must cost a pretty penny.
Yes.
Yes, which means I can't afford to buy potions. Which means you can't cast spells.
Whoa.
Which means I won't be able to pass my exams, even if I know how to cast spells.
Huh?
Even though. Which means I watch her swiftly calculate my unfortunate circumstance.
And so,
You'll be the first witch ever to be expelled from Dormermere High for not being able to cast a single spell.
right.
Exactly. I mean, exactly what I don't want to be.
Now,
Whilst I still understand your trials and tribulations, I can't help you.
why?
Why?
You
You
know?
see, Mr. West, the proprietor of the human shop, already has someone to run the store for him, and you were looking right at her.
What?
But I need the money.
Yes.
Who doesn't? At this point, I am a tad desperate, but I blurt out the first idea that comes to mind. I could maybe work for you?
Mm-hmm.
For me? Both of her eyebrows raise in interest.
Yes.
Yes, someone as talented and as clever as you shouldn't be working for others. You should have others working for you instead.
Wait.
You mean, as a manager?
you
Not
see,
simply a manager. Think bigger. Supervisor, director, visionary leader.
You're right.
True. I do belong to an ancient and distinguished noble family.
Yes.
The common people should serve me, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't believe the proprietor is making a girl as beautiful as you stand behind a counter all the time.
Right.
I'm wasting away behind this silly table, aren't I?
naturally,
Definitely.
you see,
With your brains and your looks, if the proprietor has you out and about charming the customers, I bet the turnover of the human shop will increase tenfold.
Huh?
Only tenfold? 100-fold!
I like it.
You make many excellent points. I like the way you think.
Yeah.
See, I would be quite useful to have working for you.
Please?
Put in a good word for me to the proprietor, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try. No guarantees. She winks.
Herbie!
Today's produce wants to work for me and I like them, can they? What work for you? Please. Gosh, her voice so suddenly so sugary sweet that I feel like a diabetic going into cardiac arrest just listening to it. That's intense. Oh, alright.
And so,
That means you have to pay them a salary and all. Oh, alright. That means you also have to give me a raise. Excuse me?
yes.
Because I'm their supervisor now, aren't I? You can't pay me the same as them. Oh, what? Alright. Camellia turns back to me, her hair bouncing lightly against her shoulders. She clasps her hands together dramatically.
Congratulations!
On your new job.
Amazing!
Was it magic?
Of course.
Of course it is. Vampiric magic, to put it simply. My very own brand. A devious little notion strikes me.
How?
How'd you become so impossibly good at it?
Practice.
Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect, you know?
I'm sure.
You're being way too modest, I'm sure. I gotta go one more time, guys. I'm so... Really sorry about the constant interruption, chat. Really am sorry. Alright, back to it. She purses her lips against the back of her index finger.
Maybe.
Maybe I am. There's a lot of talent involved, too, naturally.
Can you teach me?
Can you teach it to a witch like me?
Of course.
Of course I can't, if you want to. Why do you want to learn it anyway?
Well,
I was thinking it might be useful for asking the proprietor for a raise.
yes.
I mean, just for the sake of my Halloween exams.
Carmilla!
I'd never be so grateful, Carmilla.
Please?
After all, you're the only vampire in this world who is intelligent enough to teach me magic in just a week, please. She considers me thoughtfully, tapping the tip of her chin before pausing to give me her final verdict.
Oh, all right.
It could be you may have some talent for it too. We shall see. Ooh. Once every day, your character will work part-time and earn money. Okay. While working part-time, some events may occur that can be solved by using the right magic spell. Solving these events will earn you an extra amount of money. Seeing night creatures I was able to locate and fitting in one flash. Regarding its rare smiles, pat him on the back. Okay. Choosing the part-time job. You can work an extra shift. Ooh. Okay. Little witch stars, da-di-da, the one and only, la-la-la. Today I found out that the proprietor of the human shop is incredibly shady and his storekeeper is a sweet-talking vampire.
Yeah.
I also got a job so I can buy potions and a new friend to teach me riveting vampiric magic. Yeah! I pumped my fists into the air, cheering at the sign of my imminent, that's not how you spell imminent, I don't think, imminent victory. The Halloween exams are going to be a piece of pumpkin pie. Suspicious noises are coming from the dingy back alley behind the human shop. What's going on? Cautiously, I peek into the decrepit alley. What the fuck is that? A mountain of reanimated corpses in body bags crawling its way to the human shop. From the upper floor of the shop comes the sound of metal and glass crashing onto the floor. What did you say? Not again.
Don't you worry.
Herbie, it's only the delivery for today's produce. She giggles while giving me a twinkling glance, then Carmilla turns her attention to the hideous monstrosity that just made its way to the door.
Now,
Leave it out on the doorstep as per usual, Lawrence.
All right.
Who is Lawrence? The mountain of body bags halts and plonks onto the ground. Oh! The person who was hauling them straightens up and dusts off his hands. It's a cat boy. Oh no. Oh no. A what?
wow.
A real life cat boy. I've never seen one up close before despite being a witch.
All right.
Oh, so many cats, but no cat boys. Plus, you must really be strong, or you must be a really strong cat boy to carry so many body bags all the way to the shop. I'm not blushing.
Stop.
First of all, I'm not a cat. Second of all, I have a name. Let your paws and say, "Nya, cat boy." I wave my loosened held fists in the air. He puts both hands on his hips and drops his head before letting out a long sigh. Evidently, my frightening appearance has unhinged your wits with stark terror.
No way.
You don't look frightful at all. Can I give you your fluffy ears a pat? Before or after I bite your hand off?
Wow.
Such a feisty cat boy. Again, I'm not a
I'm
cat
a
boy.
werewolf.
There it is. Werewolf? Where?
Of course.
Right here. He places the tip of his index finger against his chest. You?
Yeah.
Werewolf, a lichen, a loup-garou, me.
What?
But werewolves are all scary and stuff. Precisely, at least you concede the point.
What?
But you're not scary at all, you're adorable. I agree.
Wow.
Oh, you're growling again and look like you want to bite someone's hand off?
Because
I do. And if you're done infuriating me, I will take my leave. With unutterable dignity, the catboy whoops werewolf strides past me, chin high and ears bristling. The fuck? How strange. I begin to inquisitively stroke my chin. But he stops mid-stride. You're really adorable. He doesn't like being called that. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna respect the fact that he doesn't like being called cute. You don't like it when someone calls you cute and adorable, do you? The werewolf begins to rub the sides of his head in a circular fashion. So kind of you to finally put the pieces together. No, in fact, it makes my temples throb with vicious fury. Sorry, I'll remember not to in the future. Probably.
Good.
Good.
Hold it.
In the future? For
Yes.
sure.
Why?
You expect for reasons apparent not only to yourself. We shall have cause for further association.
Yeah.
I want us to become friends. It's not every day I get to meet a werewolf as cute and as scary and intimidating as you. Alright, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but just this once.
Well,
Your name is Lawrence, right? That's what Carmilla called you earlier.
Yeah.
Indeed, you have the advantage of me.
right.
Oh, my name is Stars. Stars Nightshade. The one, the only.
I know.
Yes, I know.
Of course.
You know? Yes, of course you know. I don't want your services, mind you. I already have too many admirers inquiring after me for a chance to scratch my chin or ruffle my ears.
All right.
Don't worry, I'll try to set you up. I won't try to set you up with anyone.
Good.
Yes.
I'll only try to make you teach me magic, spells, and potions. Lawrence was starting to nod when he flung his head up in surprise.
How?
Let me get this straight. You, a witch, are asking me, a werewolf, to teach you how to brew potions?
Right.
Fine.
I see. It's not my hearing that is faulty, but your intellect.
Well,
Sometimes I do wish I went to class occasionally.
But
But what can a werewolf like me teach to even a truant witch like yourself? A werewolf, right? That means you're very
Yeah.
strong. This is true.
and then
You have superhuman senses, look scary and intimidating all the time. Correct again.
right.
Then teach me spells and potions that will let me be like you.
Yes.
I bet being strong and scary with superhuman senses can help me pass my Halloween exams. Clasp my hands together and shake them up at him in a pleading fashion. Desperation seems to be an unfortunate reoccurring theme for me lately. It is possible I can do so. It may even be possible you might be able to learn a thing or two if I do.
Yeah.
Hip hip hooray!
but
But that doesn't mean I'm going to.
Why?
Why not?
now
What can you possibly offer to make it worth my while?
Um,
Undying friendship?
no.
Don't need. My eternal gratitude. Useless. My premium 24/7 matchmaking service. Good
No.
grief, no.
well,
Then what would you like? Meat. Lots and lots of meat. There's so many gay jokes I can make here. He stretches his arms and folds them behind his head. Oh, anime boy!
You know.
More meat means less time hauling corpses, and I, for one, would welcome the break to do something as simple as teach a few spells.
all right.
Meat in exchange for teaching me spells, huh? Okay, all the meat you can eat for as long as we both shall live. You swear? Pinky
Yes.
promise. For a moment, Lawrence stands still and obviously awed by the generosity of the one, the only Stars Nightshade.
All right.
Alright, I accept your offer.
Yeah.
Yay! I returned home tired and footsore, but very, very happy.
Damien.
I'm back!
Welcome home.
Welcome home, Stars. My housemate hurries to greet me, looking a lot sprightlier than they did this morning.
Well.
You finished doing maintenance already?
Yes.
You were out a rather long time, and I was getting a bit worried. Did everything go well?
Yes.
Everything went fantastically. I got the job and made 2 new friends.
Congratulations.
All thanks to your idea, Damien.
Right.
Now, I will have money for potions and 4 people to help me prepare for the Halloween exams. A slight blush dawns their stitched face.
I'm glad.
Glad for you, Stars. Tell me, what are your plans for the rest of today? Yo! Okay, I have nothing. So, learn spells, I guess. Ooh! Okay, let's look at the first three. Scuttle. Clone a body part, like your hand, while maintaining control over its movements. I have no potions, so, I can't make them, or... Brew 3 of the same potion, Damien will give you an extra 2. Choose... Ooh! Oh! Okay, so... Red, blue, purple. So I need a red, a blue, and a purple. Sick nasty. Let's learn. The wonderful, the thoughtful, the Hey Damien.
Huh?
Yes? Do you ever get the uncanny feeling that you've forgotten something? Because I'm getting that real bad right now, like super duper bad.
Really?
I don't think we missed anything on the shopping list, and you didn't forget your wallet today.
Right.
What could it be? Oh well, it might be nothing. Maybe I just forgot the brew earlier. I learned earlier. Different assistants provide different benefits. Ooh.
Help me.
Here, you can you hold these for me? I have to unlock the door.
Of course.
Hand Damien the bag, one of my hands, fiddle around with the keys.
Crab apples.
Um,
Well.
I think I left the keys on the table.
Um.
Zero is going to roast the stuffing out of me if I call him to face through the door again.
oh,
You don't need to call anyone.
please.
Allow me. Damien sets the bags down for a moment, pulls gently at a string on their wrist.
Huh?
Your hands! The action causes their hands to fall right off. Damien chants something under their breath. Their fingers curl before jumping up and scuttling toward the vent. My exact reaction. The hands manage to squirm into the house through the vent cover while Damien closes their eyes to focus. We wait for a few minutes, but eventually...
Okay.
I think I got it. Door swings open.
Wow.
Wowie wow wow. Damien, what kind of magic is that? It's super handy.
It's
No
nothing.
pun intended. It's just a basic animation spell that my maker taught me a long time ago.
What?
It kind of does scare people, as you could guess, so I try not to use it very often.
I'm sure.
It'd be a great Halloween trick, that's for sure.
Oh.
Or if you wanted to use it for comedic effect with those give me a hand kind of jokes. They practically know how to write themselves, but with that big smile, I wink and hold up my palms, fingers spread, while shaking them enthusiastically.
Yes.
Haha, yeah.
I could teach you.
But if you're interested, I could probably teach you how to do it.
Thank you. But
I'd rather keep my hands where they are for personal reasons, you know how it is.
No,
I don't mean like that.
of course not.
Goodness, I would never want to hurt you.
My maker.
Couldn't do it in the same way my maker couldn't do it in the same way. I can't either. So we crafted living variation of the spell called Scuttle.
Although.
Works exactly like the one I used though.
oh, you mean
I could just summon a disembodied hand out of nowhere. Wouldn't someone want that back?
Not quite.
It's more like an illusory copy, but it's hard to explain in words.
all right?
In that case, teach away, Professor Damien. I'm ready to learn.
Okay.
Watch closely, please. I'll try and teach you how to cast Scuttle. Yeah, a new spell acquired.
All right.
Repeat after me. Damien starts the spell and their fingers curl again before hopping out onto the floor. I repeat after them.
Scuttle.
Hold out my hands and poof, in my hand in hand with myself.
Good work.
Yes.
Be free, my five-fingered friend. I launch my clone hand like I'm sending it into battle, and it scuttles along after Damien's hand.
Damien.
Let's shake hands.
All right.
We shake, but the moment my hand lets go of theirs, my new companion crumbles into a small pile of dust on the floor and disappears.
No way.
Did I mess something up? They went too soon from this world. I crouched down over the apparition had just been in dramatic mourning of my sudden loss.
No.
Oh, you did a wonderful job.
What?
Because it's just a copy. The illusion hand can't last very long in the real world.
That's...
Without a host for the spell to grab onto, it lasts about 30 seconds tops. 30 seconds. I giddily spring to my feet. I know, I want to clone my head next.
Don't
You
do it.
absolutely don't. Why
Why?
not? Well, why not? Think of the possibilities. Just please
don't.
trust me on this. Never, ever, ever try to create a copy of your own head.
All right.
Okay, but what about your?
No.
You're no fun sometimes.
After all.
You missed out on the possibilities of an entire witches brigade made up of the best matchmaker in Dwemermere High. Damien watches as I fold my arms, pout, signaling my yield to their firm request. They let out a sigh of relief and smile softly at me.
I think that's
For the
for
sake of
best.
humanity, I think that's for the best. Alright, today I went to work. Oh, it's one at a time. Oh, nothing special happened. I earned a good amount of pocket money. Cool.
0.
Guess what?
What?
Come on.
Guess.
Fine.
Neither you nor I have the time to. Final guess.
Yes.
Woohoo! He squints at me skeptically.
Did you?
Just set the kitchen on fire again, making scrambled eggs.
Huh?
What?
Well,
Oh, did you?
No.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Then I suppose you must have caused an explosion akin to when you put the wrong ingredient into your potion and burned down your flat.
No way.
I didn't, jeez.
Don't tell me.
You accidentally summoned that 36-armed tentacle demon again while you're trying to practice spells.
No.
In that case,
I'm surely out of possible ideas. With much enthusiasm, I whip out a peace sign and angled it stylishly against my face.
Right.
I'm ready to learn this glow spell.
may I remind you?
That the glow spell is the very first spell that Estella taught you at the start of the year.
Yes.
That's the one. Let's do it. It looks like it only took you 9 months to get ready to learn it. Excellent progress, stars. At this rate, you'll pass the Halloween exams with flying colors. You think so too, huh? No. Fuck no, he
Incomparable.
doesn't.
The one and only.
It's quite natural to find yourself speechless in front of a witch as brilliant as the one, the only Stars Nightshade.
I admit it.
I admit it, you often reduce me to speechlessness.
What?
But I need you to teach me the spell at once, at some point, you know?
That's right.
You're right, we don't have the time for sarcastic banter with each other.
Pay attention.
Prepare yourself, Stars, I'm going to teach you how to cast Glow. New spell acquired, Pog.
Glow.
Orb of pure brightness flowers in the cusp of my palms. At first it is faint and nebulous, but with each beat of my heart, the light shines more and more radiantly.
0.
0!
Right.
I did it! Spin around in delight and find Zero watching me with one of those rare, sweet, wistful smiles of his.
Well done.
Cutie! Well done. Yes, well done, Stars. I don't understand why, but seeing Zero smile always makes something twist inside my heart. Praise me!
I did.
I just did.
Yeah.
Okay, praise me more.
Maybe.
Maybe I will if you pass your exams, that is. Oh.
Work hard and do your best.
Stars, it all depends on you from here on out. The more I look at his smile, the more I find the sweet hollow in my heart twisting more sharply than usual. Turning away from him, I toss the glowing orb up into the quiet evening sky.
Anyway.
Now it's your turn.
Come on.
My glow must be feeling lonely up there all by itself.
Yeah, right.
With the moon and all the stars to keep it company, like my name. Just kidding.
Well.
They're so far away, Zero, you're right. Quietly, so very quietly, I am not sure I really did hear a soft whisper
All right.
for you, Stars. From behind me, an orb of azure light glows, floats past, drifting up and to join its golden counterpart.
You know.
Mortals call them ghost lights, will-o'-the-wisps. Huh? Every poltergeist can cast the spell. Malevolent ones would cast them before unwary travelers, using its light to lure them from the road and perish in quaking bogs and silent dark cairns. And darkness is all around you, and you will find it can be worse to travel with a light that is unreliable than with no light at all. Somehow Zero's voice carries a hint of bitterness with it. I can't help but lean forward and try to put my head on his shoulder.
Hey!
Sorry.
You know.
You know better than to do that.
Whoa.
I can't help it. You're my reliable light, Zero.
What?
Don't you know?
You're a glowing blue poltergeist who's always looking out for me, so you can't blame me if I'm wanting to lean on your shoulder.
You can't.
You'll fall right through and disrupt my form in the process. Just now, huh? I grin at him, but his smile is nowhere to be found, although his cheeks seem to be tinged with a faint blush.
So?
You've learned how to cast glow. Our lesson is over. I'm heading off before you do something stupid again.
Zero!
He dematerializes in front of my eyes.
Zero.
Feeling a little crestfallen, I set off in the direction of my house. Just before I'm about to leave the field, I pause to look back one last time at the two glowing orbs, gold and blue, that are still adrift in the evening sky. The corners of my mouth curl upwards. I continue on my way, my steps lighter than before. Hell to the yeah. I'm gonna learn another. What time is it? Witching hour. Okay. Okay, so this all needs red. This all needs blue. This all needs purple. Telekinesis. Whale. Grants you superior intellect and empathy, allowing you to reason with corpses. Move objects without touching them, like in a haunting. Let out a screech that can break glass or deafen anything in range. Summon any vampire allied nocturnal animal in the vicinity to ask a favor. Detect anything living with blood nearby. Also works with recent bloodshed. I'm gonna do Scent of Blood, because that one's cool.
5,
6. Look around the empty shop. It's only minutes to dawn. Without a customer in sight, I might be able to go home soon. I too am trying to be out of sight. Since there hasn't been anyone here for hours, Carmilla and I have been trying to entertain ourselves.
7, 8.
As quietly as I can, I shove myself into one of the empty barrels in the display window, careful to replace the lid over my head.
10. Come on.
Oh! Ooh, med alarm. Settings. Turning that off. We're going for a real BRB this time, because I'm gonna go take my meds. I'm going to go get a snack, and I'm going to get something to eat or drink. You should all do the same too. God damn it, take care of yourselves, take your meds, get a drink of water, and get something to eat if you haven't eaten today. Like, damn. So much for a real BRB, huh? I'm back already. I have. Someone added me on Discord. Alright. Let's just check that off. I'm ready to go again. Shut. Nah. There we go. Come out, my dear. You can't possibly hope to hide from me. I press both hands over my mouth to silence the giggles that are bubbling in my chest. I'm a master of hide and seek, the sneaky, the unseen Stars Nightshade. There's no way she'll be able to find me now. After all, who would think to look in? Lead pops off my head within seconds. I look up to see Carmilla grinning down at me, a smug look on her face.
Here we go.
There you are. That makes, what, 45 wins for me, and for you, a partly 0?
Crab apples.
How? Just how?
Are you curious?
Little witch. She offers a hand to help me, her voice sing-song and teasing. I nod, brushing the dust off my clothes.
Well,
Vampires can sense the warmth of blood nearby, particularly if we've sampled it before. Mortals call the smell scent of blood.
what?
You've been cheating all these games?
No!
I'm not cheating. I have a natural advantage. Camilla gives me an impish grin. She's definitely cheating. So what else is that kind of magic good for other than hide and seek?
My dear.
Well, all sorts of things, my dear.
Well,
It works on recent bloodshed, for one. Even when a corpse has gone cold, I can still sense the approximate location and time of death through the residual warmth. I gape at her.
oh!
So
mean...
so you can find murderers and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I helped Herbie get out of a sticky situation with my ability.
Um...
Mr. West, what happened? Oh, you know, wrong place, wrong time.
And so...
The guards had him handcuffed and were even ready to take him to jail for a murder in the alley next door. She casually points to the side of the shop, almost as though discussing where she found a lost animal. I feel a chill run down my spine at the realization I used that alley to get to work.
But, you know...
Herbie doesn't have a license to obtain stock in that manner, so a conviction would have been devastating. But it turns out it was a particularly nasty competitor trying to frame him.
Now...
The real culprit's blood was at the scene, so I was able to turn them in before Herbie was tried.
Amazing!
That's amazing, Carmilla.
What?
But how were you so sure it wasn't Mr. West?
Well,
You know how stingy Herbie is. There's no way he would risk his entire business just for a few parts. If I know anything at all about that man, it's how much he cares about this store. I nod slowly, amazed by both their magical talents and their ability to solve what could have been a devastating blow for Mr. West and his business.
wow!
That's wild!
Can you teach
Sounds
me?
like that skill could really come in handy. Do you think you could teach me how to do it, too? Squat down and plead at her for a good measure.
Please?
Please, please, please! I don't know. It wouldn't make hide and seek very fun anymore. Carmilla rolls her eyes around her shoulders, disinterested in my cries, and jump up with my arm outstretched at her and ready to object.
Well...
It's only fun because you're winning. Obviously.
Naturally. Come on! Well...
Will you teach me if I promise not to use it during hide and seek? Plus,
Why-
next time anyone frames Mr. West, you can sit back and just order me around to investigate. How does that sound? Ooh, good point, love. If you agree to be prudent as well, I may be generous enough to show you. I do not want to have to drag you out of trouble too, after all. I promise. Alright.
Alright.
Oh, I'll teach you how to cast Scent of Blood. Sick. Camilla spends the rest of our shift showing me how to track blood through scent alone. It was time to give the old Dwemermere try.
Scent of blood!
One good whiff of it causes my face to scrunch up and my tongue to roll out of my mouth in disgust. Yuck. I suppose that means it's working.
Don't you worry.
You'll get used to it with practice, darling. So she says, but by the end of the night I feel like it'll never leave my nose. However, it just might come in handy someday. Just hopefully not too soon. Sick.
Da-di-da!
Can't find my books, da-di-da, must be stolen by crooks. Probably left them in the bag you lent to your roommate. Squint while protruding my lips and holding my chin in my hand as I think hard on mentally retracing my steps from not so earlier today.
Wow!
I did do that, huh? Wait, Lulu, how did you get here?
What? Watch yourself.
Lawrence. Lawrence. Watch yourself, witch. Lawrence takes a moment to pause and sniff the air. The way his nose twitches is way too adorable. Or the next time you have eggs and bacon, I'll be coming to claim some for myself.
How?
How did you know all this? A Cree-E-E-P-Y.
No!
It's not... He sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose.
Again.
In case you forgot, again, I am a werewolf. I have the best sense of smell in all of Halloween Town.
Now.
I caught your scent near West's shop, but it was muddled with several people mingling there at once. Since that Frankenstein creature came in not long after, and you so easily gave them your bag without a second thought, I assumed you lived together.
But
Although, I could imagine you doing something like that regardless.
Wow!
Oh, we do actually. That's pretty impressive detective work. The sight is deceptive, but scents never lie.
Oh.
Hey, do you know where Damien is now?
Help me.
Help me track them down. I need my stuff for my next class.
do it yourself.
Okay.
How?
How am I supposed to do that? Throw my arms up in greatly exasperated manner and look at my werewolf companion with a huge pout on my face.
Like,
Not everyone has an all-seeing, all-knowing magic nose like you do.
Well-
You did ask me to teach you magic, didn't you? Yes?
I'll
Then
show
buckle
you.
up, Buttercup. I'll show you how to follow scent the way using spell Scent Track.
well,
Huh? Do we need potions for it?
Of course.
I happen to be out of them.
Fine.
Fine, I'm gonna help you just this once.
thank you.
Yes, I'll learn the spell another time. Fuck. Make potions. Lawrence will triple your potion outcome. 2 random additions. Okay, I'll take the random potions. Oh, sick. Looking around the human shop, I can see there are couples that should be together. If only I could give them a nudge in the right direction. Oh, this sucks. Why do I have to work with such an important high calling? No, bad stars! I have to study! I look at my open spellbook, which sits on the counter. Mr. West told me I could study here until someone came to the register, and memorizing ingredients shouldn't be too hard, right?
Well,
Let's see, pumpkin newt, no, pumpkin root, mixed with cherry eye? What's that? Oh wait, it says walleye. Who decided that learning potions meant reading anyway? All you do is dump a bunch of junk in a pot, so you should be able to wing it. Oh, what's the point in studying? They're both the same, aren't they? How am I supposed to pick? Oh, I lift my head and watch Carmelia flit between shelves when she spies her customer, the smile curling up her face and a glint of something in her eyes. Flit is not a word. There's no way. She beelines towards them and gently places a hand on his back.
my dear,
Just packaged fingers.
you know?
Don't make the decision any harder than it has to be. They're both fine products. You'll notice the one on the left is dried while the right is fresh.
I'm sure.
Still, I'm sure a capable mage such as yourself will use both to its fullest potential. Oh, alright, I'll take both. I knew you were something special when I first saw you, darling. Her hand slithers up the customer's back and drapes around his shoulder. Carmilla pulls in closer to him. A dark blush creeps up his neck, and as she does.
But, you know,
But you don't want to put your ingredients in just any old cauldron, do you?
am I wrong?
We've recently started carrying magical implements, and a miracle worker of your caliber deserves the best of the best, or am I wrong? Oh, alright, you have a point. You see, I'm making a... This continues for at least a good half hour. I'm absolutely mesmerized as I watch Carmilla direct him around the shop, whispering sweet suggestions in his ears. Eventually, I can't even see the customer's face behind a pile of goods in his arms. As expected, it takes forever to ring everything up when they finally arrive at the counter.
Thanks for your purchase.
So much, doll. Don't be a stranger, you hear? Oh, of course not, Miss Carmilla. I'll be back next week. No, tomorrow. I'll never go anywhere else. I knew you had a remarkable taste. Thanks again. After the man pays, I watch, mouth hanging open, as he stumbles off with half the store in tow. There's a sudden, gentle pressure on the bottom of my jaw as Carmilla closes it with her finger.
My dear.
Oh, my little witch. Don't tell me you've fallen for me, too.
No way!
But I think anyone who isn't as powerful as I am would have been falling all over themselves by now. You were amazing. But that wasn't just you, was it? For someone who rarely studies, you've got keen intuition.
You're right.
You're absolutely right indeed. He liked me just fine, but I may have given him a teensy nudge.
Right.
A magical nudge, right? Correct.
You know?
To elaborate for you, my struggling employee, we, vampires, have a natural ability to enthrall and hypnotize mortals, or the lesser undead at our leisure, a spell you may refer to as enthrall.
Now,
If there is such a good seed of potential for that feeling to flourish, we can, smiling, she mimes a bloom of a flower with both her hands.
now,
Help it sprout, so to speak. So you're saying you can instantly make anyone like you? An endless possibilities soon rack my brain. Imagine what a distinguished matchmaker, that's me, could do with a spell like...
not quite. Now,
We can't do anything at all against those with indomitable walls, such as yourself, nor can we replace genuine feelings of friendship, or love either, for that matter.
and so,
But enthrall makes friendship easy to imitate, so I try to be a little nice about it. It makes the job and other things much easier after all.
wow!
See, no wonder Mr. West has been singing your praises. Has he now?
I suppose.
I am his best saleswoman, but I just work here for fun, not like you, my dear.
Yes!
It's super hard, Camilla. I wish I was even half as beautiful and talented as you. She straightens up, places her hand on her cheek, and turns to hide her cape's collar. Why do you say walls instead of wills? I said walls instead of wills. Oh no. Am I dyslexic? I'm not dyslexic, but fuck it. I'm trying to read fast to keep this interesting. So, it's gonna happen. Camilla's good at dishing out compliments, but she really can't take them. Huh. Cute.
Oh my.
I suppose you do have a little potential. Tell you what, you've been poring over those books for hours, so I'll give you a real lesson as a reward for your flattery.
Alright!
I'm at your disposal, my lady. I take an exaggerated bow and groan up at her. She immediately clasps both hands together.
My dear.
Aw, you're so cute that I could just eat you up. Just don't think I'll go easy on you because of that.
Listen carefully.
Alright, listen carefully. I'll teach you how to cast enthrall. Sick. We get to work. Carmilla points out a page in my book with a potion of enthrallment, then steers me around the store so I can collect the ingredients myself. I think I learn better by doing things. It's easier to remember what everything is when I'm physically holding it all, as well as being coached by someone else. Brewing takes a while, so Carmilla moves around helping other customers. Still, she manages to check in on me now and then. At one point, she sees my progress and even nods in satisfaction. And that's everything. Now drink it all up, dear. That's the only way it'll work. I wrinkle my nose at the smell, like 2 or 3 perfumes that should never mix, but still pour the potion down my throat.
Enthralled!
How do you feel?
Kind of tingly.
Wonderful. Now,
That at least sounds correct for another being. Now wait until someone comes into... Don't worry, I already have someone in mind. A mischievous grin slides across my lips as I call upstairs to Mr. West.
Come on!
Hey, Mr. West! A voice echoes through the shop, but it's still nothing like the one that booms back at me. What?
Yes!
I need a raise. Huh? No way, newbie. You just started here. Get back to work. A blink in confusion, then exasperated, I turned back to Camilla. Oh, why didn't it work? Oh, my poor sweet student.
practice.
It's your very first time enthralling. It takes a significant practice to make it work on someone like grumpy old Mr. West. You would need to be almost as excellent as moi. Oh.
Don't you worry.
But don't worry your pretty little head one bit, my dear. Carmilla gives me a few short pats on the head.
You know,
Oh. The lovely Carmilla will teach you all sorts of things, and you'll be rolling in the dough in no time. How does that sound?
Wow!
Great, you really are the best, Carmilla.
oh my.
Oh my, oh my. I don't think I'm going to enjoy watching your progress, Stars. Or I think I'm going to.
My dear.
Let's continue to work hard. Can't have you failing those exams, no? Sick. Okay, so I have... Hello there, how may I assist you today? Get yellow ones. How many? Ooh. Let's get one. Thanks for your purchase. Beef. Let's get one blue one. Blue? One. Okay, now I have no money, so I'm gonna leave. Okay, sick. Learn spells. Learn some good ones. Fuck it, fireball. Learn the spells. Stars Nightshade, the stressed and the worried. I've been wondering, Stars. What?
Well...
Setting aside this Halloween exams monomania, isn't there a spell that you would actually like to learn? A spell I'd like to learn?
Yes.
I thought it might be stressful for you to learn a spell you've always wanted to learn. Or,
Like,
fuck it, less stressful. God damn. You mean such as a spell to make every matchmaking party I have a huge success?
No.
Anyway, you don't need a spell to manage that. A tinge of pink tickles my cheeks. Aww. Thanks, Zero. I'm by far, without a shadow of a doubt, the most amazing matchmaker in Dwemer High, aren't I?
Wait.
That wasn't a- wait, what sort of that sort of was a compliment, wasn't it?
it's love, love, love.
Makes the world go round, round, round.
You know.
Let me put it this way. Suppose everyone you know has already found happiness in true love, and there isn't anyone left to matchmake with anyone else anymore.
Right.
I'm trying to get there. You mustn't rush me.
Hey!
That's not what I mean. Keep calm, Zero. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly, I move my arms up and down, in alignment with my breathing for Zero to see. His brow twitches slightly at the sight.
That means...
What I wish to say is, given the situation I described just now, wouldn't there be a spell you'd be interested in learning?
Like,
When I was little, do you remember the fantasy stories we would read together? I do. I also recall you were a lot less insufferable then.
yes.
I loved the tales of powerful mages who could call lightning down from the sky, cleave mountains apart, and hurl fiery infernos.
Yeah.
I used to daydream about how cool it would be if I were a mage like that, battling the forces of evil with awesome spells.
Yes.
Summoning lightning and cleaving mountains are a little advanced at this stage.
But...
But how would you like to learn how to throw fireballs?
Oh.
You mean I can't?
Yes.
I do. It is one of the most basic spells there is, and even a chronically truant witch like you should be able to get the hang of it in no time.
Amazing.
Awesome, teach me, Zero.
Alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, Stars. I'm going to teach you how to cast Fireball. Sick. Nasty, my dog.
Fireball.
Fireball. As the area between my palms grows warm, a small little sphere of flame flickers to life.
Wow.
Wow, fire! I made fire! You should have been able to cast this 10 months ago. Well, it's better late than never, I suppose.
Zero.
Zero, follow me!
Huh?
Where are you going? Dash down the stairs to the kitchen with Zero trailing the air noiselessly behind me.
Fireball.
I toss the fireball onto the stovetop, which starts burning. I grab a pan, smear some butter on the surface, and crack 2 eggs onto it.
I see.
Ah. Hold the pan over the stove. Soon the eggs are crackling, and savory smell fills the air.
Yes.
Fireball fried eggs.
Yes.
Quite. Fireball, while primarily used as combat magic, is a favorite of mages who arrange their barbecue on a day with damp weather. Next, I fill a kettle with water and throw on a satchel of tea leaves.
Right.
I'm going to make Fireball boiled tea, too.
Well done.
I'm so glad you're finding so many domestic uses for this spell.
But,
Tell me, Stars,
well,
when are you going to give a battle of a ravening kraken with your fire inferno? Save a... Oh, what is that word? Beleaguered city by incinerating hordes of the undead led by an evil necromancer?
Well,
Zero, I am long away from being a true witch. I know I'm starting late, and I know there are many ways to learn, and so little time. But I'm trying my best in my own way, and I know how lucky I am to have you here helping me push through it, Zero.
please?
Will you continue lending me your support, like you always have through all this time? He stares deeply at my person before nodding gently and nearly hiding what is the softest smile I have ever seen from him.
eventually.
Ah, he's happy! Yes, I will. Sick. Since there were basically no customers, I was lounging near the cash register and flipping through a magazine. That's when I got interrupted by someone clearing their throat. Glancing up, I saw Damien, who looked extremely uncomfortable. After my usual dance around them and them shying away, they finally confessed to having lost an ear that they were looking to replace. Rummaging through the ear storage, I found the following. A way too big ear, an ear for the wrong side, half of an ear about a dozen piercings in it. In other words, I might as well have found nothing. Soon after Damien left, combining their hair over their missing ear, Mr. West showed up to tell me a valued customer had ordered one earlier, and that he put it in the fridge so that I wouldn't accidentally sell it. Rats, I wish he had said something sooner. Damn. Okay, I need to make more potions, period. Zero will double your potion output.
Da-dee-da.
Sick nasty. Da-da-da, got no money, da-da-da, got bad grades. Please, oh, please come to my asides. AIDS. Oh, God. Why can't I read, chat? Chat, why can't I read? Oh. Swoop around the corner just to catch Damien sitting near the stairs. What are they up to today? Whew, almost finished.
Just one more.
After this, around the knee.
Damien!
Yeah!
Ah,
Whoa. I opened my palms like a baseball catcher, half expecting one of their eyes to pop out in surprise. Thankfully, everything stays put this time. This time. Please don't sneak up on me like that. Sorry. I didn't know you were so focused.
What?
But what are you doing? I thought I heard a whoop. To imitate the sound, I zip out my arms in a long, exaggerated stance.
oh,
Oh, that was... Damien moves aside to reveal a disassembled human leg. A needle and thread moving on its own to stitch up a cut just below the... Wait, hold on. Moving on its own?
Wow!
Damien, you never told me you could do magic.
oh.
Oh, that's just an
It's nothing
enchantment that my
special.
maker taught me. It's nothing special.
Well,
Still more than I can do.
It's a magic spell.
No, really, it's nothing special. It's just the stitch spell.
I could teach you.
Teach you if...
thank you.
Really, yes, thank you, Damien.
What?
But, if this was from someone who was causing you problems, you know you can talk to me, right?
Huh?
Problems? I gesture at their detached leg, which is obviously not in great shape. If someone did this to you, they'll definitely be hearing from me.
It's not like that.
Gosh, no, it's not like that at all. Some of the parts I get from Mr. West at the human shop are just a bit,
You see,
a bargain quality, you see. Damien fidgets, trying to find a way to convey their meaning without saying a single bad word about Mr. West.
Oh!
Oh, you see, they're a bit worn and banged up, is this guy?
yes.
Oh, in a matter of speaking, yes. Naturally sourced can, imply a lot of things.
Anyway,
Just, watch this. Damien recollects the needle from the leg and threads it. They removed a small pink vial from their ribcage and dipped the end of the thread in the liquid, murmuring an incantation. I think I've heard this somewhere. Perhaps in class once before I fell asleep. Almost instantly, the needle leaps from Damien's fingertips and begins working on stitching shut a cut above his knee.
Wow!
Oh, Damien, that's amazing.
Let me try.
Sure.
I bought some hands that need stitching.
Hmm.
There's an extra vial of Icor in the bag, too. You can... I swoop over to said bag. Try on those. I'm glad you're so enthusiastic.
After all.
Why wouldn't I be? You're an awesome teacher. They look a bit flustered by my last remark.
Watch closely.
Yeah. Watch closely, please, stars. I'll try and teach you how to cast stitch.
Stitch!
Sick. Okay. Following Damien's example, I make the wound begin to stitch itself back up.
Damien!
Damien, I'm doing it. This is working perfectly. My fingers suddenly start moving and the hand springs up at me. Stars!
Careful.
Without a word, Damien, my sweet, shy little Damien, charges forward like a valiant knight. Look at him! They smack down that nasty palm as if it were an insect, with a rolled up newspaper from the table nearby, and the hand collapses.
Are you alright? Hmm.
You have to be careful with the intonation of animation spells. You may end up, raising something. Noted. Sorry, I'll be super extra careful from now on, but I jump at Damien and pull them into a hug.
Wow!
That was really cool, Damien, the way you went flying in with your magic newspaper.
Thank you!
Thank you for saving me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What?
That wasn't much, really. My maker, he'd just do that whenever my spells got out of control, so... What's wrong?
It's nothing.
But I think that concludes our lesson for today. I think it concluded when the hand died back there. Damien tenses up at the word died. I'm kind of curious, but my people skills tell me they aren't ready for a talk about it, so I bite my tongue and push back my unusual nightshade ways for them.
Anyway.
Thank you for the lesson, Damien. Damien doesn't seem to hear me, likely lost in thought, so in an effort to give my dear friend some space, I see myself out. Maybe. Another time, then. Okay. Triple the output for the third choice. Yeah, triple the red. Okay, cool. Crimson Dusk. I'll learn another spell. There are advantages to being 7 feet tall. Being oddly convincing without a word is one of them. Engineered perfection. One body part to strengthen like you were handpicked for perfection. Ooh, yes.
Come on!
That one's a good one. Come on, open, you dumb bottle. Opens Cessa Stopper. Well, copyright really fucked you up the ass, didn't it? Hocus Corcus Abra Plug by. Don't do that. Just make up your own shit. Stars, what on earth are you doing?
Damien!
Damien, great timing.
Well...
It's this potion bottle. It won't open at all, and I've tried everything. Here, let me try.
Sometimes.
You just have to tap the bottom to release the pressure, and then... Okay, maybe this one is above the level of my current strength.
Yes!
Right? You'd have to be a werewolf to crack this sucker open. Hold out my hand to take out the bottle, but Damien hasn't given up yet. I look up and notice their eyes are now closed. Damien, I don't think astral projection is going to... Sounds like he's shitting.
Huh?
Wow! Damien suddenly hulks out. Or well, at least... And that's not copyrighted? Wait. And hulks out is not copyrighted. You're... Oh my god. Or well, at least one of their arms does. I can see the muscle bulge from under their suit jacket just as they grunt and take off the stopper with one good twist.
All right.
Got it. Here you are.
Thank you.
Thanks, but forget about that. Let's talk about your workout routine.
What?
Like what? Your superhuman grind.
How?
How'd you do that? I didn't even see you cast a spell. Poke their buff arm, causing Damien to laugh softly.
You know,
Just my maker's work, you know how it is. You put a lot of dedicated effort into crafting me. Over the years, I came to understand a bit more about the type of magical engineering that went into it, while patching myself up all the time.
Oh.
That gave you anchor arms?
That's right.
In a way. I learned how to strengthen parts of my body by focusing and using the spell Engineered Perfection.
Just in case.
Want me to show you, in case you have any more bottles?
Yes.
You even have to ask.
All right. Watch closely, please.
Stars, I'll try and teach you how to cast Engineered Perfection. Damien shows me sort of magical meditation technique. My eyes were shut for most of it, and the longer I focused on my arm, the heavier it felt. Once my spell was ready, I pumped my arm into the air and holler, adding a fun spin on my toes for theatrical measure.
Engineered perfection.
Haha, you can open your eyes now. Looking up at my arm, I notice it now, flexing with great newfound muscle tone.
Yes.
Hell yes!
Right.
Now I'm not the only best matchmaker in school, but the strongest one too. I don't think there are any other matchmakers.
Naturally.
Exactly, no competition. They'd see my one wonderfully buff arm and fall to their knees. Oh no, I can't make a jerk off joke.
What?
But you know, I want to make sure these puppies aren't just for show. So arm wrestle me, Damien.
Okay.
Okay, but I don't think I'll give you an easy win.
Right.
Same here. Their giant hulking arms together and hold hands with the least romantic way possible, but it's still pretty nice. I feel them squeeze.
3,
2.
1.
Go.
Stars Meteor Fist!
Ah,
Hey, don't cheat! Trying to get the upper hand by taking quicker initiative, but Damien catches up quickly. It's almost like they've been using this spell all their life or something. It's almost as if. For a long moment we were in stalemate over the counter, equal in strength in every way.
Yeah.
ah.
Focusing all my strength, I finally get them on the ropes. Don't look too so confident when you're losing. I'll show you my real power. As I get ready to go for the final push, my dumb magic starts fizzling.
No way.
Just when I thought I'd slam right over to the other side, Damien gently sets my limp hand on the table. Feel their shoulders shaking as they attempt to poorly suppress their laughter.
Yes.
Your real power, quite literally.
Hey.
You clearly have more experience, don't laugh. It's just you're so dramatic and they work a little harder to cover their mouth while laughing. Cute, but still.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
I am more experienced. But you will be too, the more you use it. We're both still learning in the end.
Well.
I guess you're right. The little light bulb in my head goes off and I let out a big grin.
Right.
Best 2 out of 3.
Sure.
The victor receives lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
You're on. Match continues for the rest of the afternoon. At the end of it, I have to figure out where to get money to buy Damien every meal for the rest of the week. Rats. Mr. West told me to go to the storage room and get a rather specific item for a customer. He gave me clear instructions about how to navigate the expansive catacomb-like area, but how was I supposed to remember all that? When I found the item I was supposed to get, I caught a glimpse of a pretty dagger just a few shelves over and quickly went to inspect it. As I expected, I found myself utterly lost afterwards. After stumbling through the storage room for what felt like forever, I finally made it back outside, only to find Mr. West glaring at me at the top of the stairs. Apparently he was about to go searching for me because the customer had left, deciding the item wasn't worth the wait anymore. Since I lost him quite a bit of money, Mr. West decided to take it out of my pay. I earned money from that? Think I had better tighten it. Again, I find Damien by the stairs with a needle and thread, getting hit by an odd sense of deja vu. More repairs, Damien?
Ah.
I get into position. But nothing falls apart this time either. They've gotten pretty good at securing themselves these days.
Welcome home.
Please
Please don't.
sneak up on me like that. Hey, I wasn't even being sneaky this time.
What?
But I have seen this much surgery. I haven't seen this much surgery since that Dullum guy's head fell off. Do you have a hot date coming up or something? I lean in close with a huge grin on my
Of course
face.
not.
It's just that the machine has been wearing out lately and I wanted to be prepared. Machine? What machine?
Well,
Quite a bit. They're quiet for a long moment after that. Can't really tell what they're thinking, but before I decide if it's something I should pry for them to talk about, Damien speaks up again. Stars, can I ask something weird?
Like,
Personal weird or weird weird? Because the answer is yes either way.
let's
Well, say you had a boat. Do you think that after you replaced every part of that boat, it would still be the same one? No, you can't do this to me. Oh. Is he thinking he's not the same person because he's basically replaced every part of himself? You can't do that to me. Oh. Of course it is.
yeah,
It's still my boat.
right.
It didn't stop being mine just because I put a cuter sail on it or whatever.
really?
Even if there's nothing about it that's the same as when you first got it.
Yes.
No, not a doubt about it. I suppose I see your point.
Well,
Well, it's pretty out there. Why do you ask?
Well,
That is pretty out there, God. Well, have you heard of the ship of Theseus? Nope, what is that? Old philosophy question.
let's
Say a great hero went out on a long journey by boat. Over the
So-
course of the expedition, the boat became worn and needed to be repaired many, many times.
oh.
And if you replaced every part of it, is it still the same ship when it comes home? Exactly, which is why I asked. Their words trail off as they purse their lips.
It's
Just,
nothing.
it's been on my mind lately, that's all.
Damien.
Do you possibly feel like the ship in the story?
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
You see,
I've lived many centuries, you know. And the human body isn't meant to last that long, and so I've had to replace my parts many times, like more times than the boat ever was. So I'm not sure if this me that exists today is really me.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Stars, I'm not making any sense, am I? I knew it was foolish, I'm sorry. No, it's not that at all. I slap both my hands against my head and look at Damien. Consider a sweet, gentle Damien. They make my heart want to lurch out and hold them forever, like in my witchy embrace.
Damien!
It's just, you're not an object, Damien. You're a person. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, just like me.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be Stars even if I changed my outfit, cut my hair, or lost my arms and legs, right? It's a pretty drastic leap, but yes, of course. That
Yeah.
means you're still you too.
Well.
No matter how many fingers and toes you have, or lungs, or whatever else there is.
Yes.
As long as you exist, you're still you. And the Damien I know is the best housemate in the whole wide world. You're exaggerating. Not even one little bit. I know a lot of people, but I could never imagine my life without you in it. Oh, their face flushes a pink that even outdoes the shade of their hair, and I blush a little in response, scratching the back of my neck sheepishly.
Damien!
You have the kindest heart out of everyone I know. The pink of their face fades quickly as it came.
That's right.
I see. Thank you. Huh? They look so bright for a moment there, but it's like everything just collapsed on itself without any warning whatsoever. My cheeks tighten. What'd I say? Oh no, it's nothing. I was just thinking. Need to finish up these repairs within the next hour since the spell might wear off.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for taking up your time. Please, don't mind me. Say so, I suppose. Damien goes back to work without saying another word. I know I messed up somehow, but I don't know how. It's eating me alive. I desperately want to press my Franken friend for some answers. Then again, my matchmaker senses tell me they just want to be alone right now. Maybe I should give them a minute.
Damien.
Sorry, Damien, for everything. Damn. Okay. Let's go for a spell again. Levitate and glide through the air. We're flying, boys. As I turn the corner of the alleyway, heading to the human shop, I notice the lights are out. Check the time on the clock tower nearby. Pretty sure we should be open right now. Was there another holiday this close to Halloween? I don't think so. After all, I keep a tab on all the holidays for my matchmaking purposes. Approach the door and cautiously take hold of the handle and pull. It swings open easily, but the little bell echoes through the empty space. Inside the store is pitch black. Even the street lamps outside can barely illuminate more than a few inches indoors, as if something is stopping them from doing so. Magic? Feel my heart thump heavily inside my chest as I take a step into the store. Carmilla, are you there? My voice comes out as a tiny, frightened squeak. Clear my throat and reach out for a candle or any sort of light, really, only to knock one of the displays over instead. Sounded like the pickled eyeballs too by the squelch. I definitely don't look forward to cleaning that up later.
Hello?
Carmilla, Mr. West? Suddenly a sharp breeze nearly knocks my hat off. I gasp, instinctively crouching down and covering my head, but when I look up, I see a small silhouette balancing on the second floor, a balustrade, candle in hand. Well, what do we have here? Who are you? You enter the domain of Countess Carmilla, mortal, being the night ruler of other creatures of darkness, mistress to time itself. Camilla, it's you. Carmilla swoops down from the second-story floor, her cape billowing like a dark cloud around her. I yelp as she lands in front of me. With the agility of a cat, her footsteps are silent against the floorboards. The candles suddenly light up all at once, banishing the eerie darkness. Carmilla stands above me, her shoulders trembling with laughter. You are surprisingly easy to spook, my dear. An odd trait for a witch. Hey, that wasn't funny. I nearly had a heart attack. No, 3 heart attacks. I clutch my chest for emphasis and press against my forehead with the back of my hand, as though I were seconds away from passing out. The previously non-nosy thuds of my heart against my ribcage begin to die down. Oh dear me. Rest assured, little witch, I would take responsibility if you were feeling faint.
How?
How'd you even do that, jumping from so high? I mean, is there some kind of wire attached to your back? I spin Carmilla around and search, but find nothing. She crosses her arms and gently shoos me away.
Not at all.
Vampires can fly. We are all powerful apex predators for a reason. Oh, so you have just gotten that skeleton by yourself another day? Without me falling off the ladder?
Not quite.
Well, not quite.
I
Fly,
suppose.
I suppose, is a stretch. Despite the name of the spell, we can only glide and swoop down from high places. Soaring high up is nigh impossible. It is not quite like a witch upon their broomstick. Before I can even ask, Carmilla smirks at me. But flight is certainly an appropriate witchy skill, is it not? Would you like to learn how to do it? Of course. What kind of things can this spell be used for? There always seems to be something. Aesthetic. Come again? You can't expect every spell to have some kind of ingrained use or higher purpose, you know.
My dear.
Some of these things are just for entertainment. It simply looks positively captivating when you swoop down upon your audience.
I suppose.
And I suppose a klutz such as yourself could utilize it to curb your falling habit as well.
Oh.
I guess I can't argue with that. So will you teach me, O being of the night, ruler of the creatures of the darkness, mistress to time? She blushes as I recite her earlier lines and flails her arms dismissively at me.
I'll teach you.
Alright, follow me. I'll teach you how to cast fly. Or so she said. She led me to the balustrade, explained the process of casting a spell, and even demonstrated it a few times. But, Carmilla, I'm not so sure about this.
Come on.
And now, you're never going to learn if you just keep watching me. Do you hear heights, my dear? Oh, sweetheart, you're absolutely certain you want to do this? I nod in response. Carmilla sighs and climbs up to the balustrade beside me, and then takes my hand. Very well, even if the great stars Nightshade is daunted by this task, we shall do it together. Okay, on 3 then. That's the spirit, love.
All right.
Alright. 1, 2, 3!
Fly!
Squeeze my eyes shut, and together we leap from the balustrade. Hands intertwined, Carmelia and I glide down to the first floor of the shop. Eventually, we manage to make a silent landing near the front door. I gape at her, amazed. With my heart hammering against my chest, Carmelia turns to look with her smug smile.
Wow!
That
Well,
wasn't so bad, was it?
Amazing!
That was amazing, Carmilla.
Right.
I feel like as long as you're here, I really can do anything.
oh my.
Oh, what a charmer you are.
Now,
Though the only thing we should be doing for now is preparing for the customers. We're never as busy this close to Halloween, so I may have taken a few liberties earlier with the schedule. Leave it to me.
0!
0-0, I figured it out.
How?
How to pass your Halloween exams?
No!
No, how to hug you. To hug me. Yep.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I don't follow.
Well,
I can't hug you, and whenever I try to, I end up messing up your essence, right?
That's right.
That's right, Stars. Very annoying, too. Because I'm made of flesh and blood while you're a spirit of ether and magic. Taken that you long to figure out, has it? Almost 180 years?
what?
But listen to this. I'm
Well,
all ears, for better or for worse. What if I turn into a spirit of ether and magic, too? Oh, good heavens. Oh, good heavens, Stars. The Halloween exams are difficult, but they're not lethal. You won't be fancying any objects that could actually kill you, you know.
No!
No, I don't mean that.
I see.
Then you floss me.
Can you
You teach me a spell that I can transform the best matchmaker of Drimmermere, me, into a poltergeist like you. That's actually not a terrible idea, come to think of it.
All right.
It could be pretty useful for you for the exams.
Yes!
And there is a spell that will let me transform into a spooky spirit version of myself. My choice of words makes him roll his eyes before continuing with his explanation. Almost. Insubstantiate will make your form ghost-like. You'll be able to walk through walls, turn invisible, and hover in midair just like any poltergeist.
Alright!
Sounds super cool. Teach me the spell, Zero.
Pay attention.
Yes! Alright, prepare yourself, Stars. I'm going to teach you how to cast Insubstantiate.
Insubstantiate!
Insubstantiate. Feel myself growing lighter, fainter, ghostlier. I can't find my balance. Whoa!
Careful!
Zero makes as if to lunge for me, but checks himself at the last moment.
So,
It's easy to lose your balance in ghost form, even if you no longer have a center of gravity. In fact, gravity doesn't even apply to you anymore. Hover, Stars, hover. This takes a little getting used to, but you'll get the hang of it, as I did.
0!
Hovering. Zero, look, I'm hovering.
huh?
Huh, you're surprisingly quick learner. What do you mean surprisingly?
Well...
Wait a second, I'm a poltergeist now, aren't I?
Yes.
For the moment, Insubstantiate gives you spirit's basic form for a fixed span of...
Right!
That means I can hug you at last!
Unfortunately.
Without waiting for Zero to finish, I throw my arms around him gleefully. Whoa,
You can't.
No way!
what happened? I felt cold and dizzy.
Now you
You
know.
know how it feels when you try to hug me.
Why?
Wait,
Because
poltergeists are incapable of touching each other as living beings are incapable of touching us.
that means
Touch requires physical contact, and we, poltergeists, have nothing physical to offer. I see.
Oh, now?
Now you look so crestfallen. Here, come with me. Zero starts drifting upwards. His head touches the roof, then disappears right through.
0!
Come with me.
Drawing in deep breath, I concentrate on floating upwards.
Wow!
I'm floating! Steady, Stars, almost. It's easier to pass through barriers for the first time if you close your eyes. Passing through the roof felt weird, like something went into and out of me that was there and not there at the same time. When I open my eyes again, the starry night spreads endlessly above, illuminated by a bright crescent moon. Hang on, I'm turning on a light. Ooh, that's better.
Amazing!
In the past,
I loved to sit on rooftops and watch the night go by a long time ago. Now I can get on rooftops much more easily, but floating is not sitting. Sometimes I... Do you miss
What?
what?
Well...
You know, having a physical body? Zero tenses up and turns to me scornfully.
Huh?
Do I miss stubbing my toe? Do I miss tripping over branches and falling flat on my face? Do I miss having to climb flight after flight of stairs to get to the roof, only to find the door locked and the key hidden away, huh? Do you, Zero?
Mind your own business.
Bitch. Okay. It's just a question. Okay. I've got a couple more days. Okay, we have to learn one of these now. Maybe let's do chill. Zero, I'm melting.
Yes.
You certainly look like you are.
Help
Save me,
me.
Zero. Save me before I dissolve into an icky puddle of sweat. I reach toward him dramatically as sweat perspires aggressively on my forehead. The sweat perspires aggressively. Fuck, I can't read. My theatrics are of no avail as Zero fixates on something else. Excuse me. The dragons are preparing for their Halloween activities. He peers out of the window into the unseasonably balmy evening. I wish this house had air conditioning. As do I. Then you might stop whining about the heat and focus more on passing your exams.
Right.
I got it. I clasp my hands together and give a little pleading pout. Zero, do your magical air conditioning trick. Pretty please with a pumpkin on top.
For the last time.
I'm not a magic air conditioner. I am a sinister and eerie poltergeist, and the magic chill that emanates from me is akin to deathly chill of an open grave.
Like...
Sinister eldritch air conditioning?
No.
Not like air conditioning of any kind whatsoever. Melting, I really am. Melting.
Right.
I have an idea. Zero, teach me how to be a sinister and eerie air conditioner.
Huh?
I must do it.
The deathly chill of an open grave. That's what I want to know how to emanate it. I want to know how to emanate it too, until I can afford a place with air conditioning anyway.
Fine.
If you insist, and if it will stop you from complaining.
I will.
I do, and it will.
All right.
Prepare yourself, stars. I'm going to teach you how to cast chill.
Chill.
Fuck yeah. I spread out my hands wide. For a second or two, nothing happens. Then,
Oh. All right.
Cool. Delicious, refreshing, and cool.
Well,
Does that mean you'll stop complaining and go back to studying?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your nifty spell. I've become Star's Nightshade, the studious, the productive once more.
thank goodness.
Glad to hear. Do your best tonight.
All right.
I turn back to my desk to give the potion textbook I am working on my fullest attention.
No way.
You know.
You're making weird noises again, Stars.
Well.
I'm still casting the chill spell, right? You are. Partly. Partly? Well, you haven't been maintaining your concentration on casting the spell just now, so naturally your chill has faltered a bit.
No way.
I'm starting to melt again. Wah.
I guess.
With more practice, I'm confident you'll be able to work on other things while casting chill in the background, like your own personal air conditioner. But for now, it looks like you divert any attention away from the spell, and the chill you cast won't be effective. How much more practice? Oh, give it 2 or 3 years, maybe 4.
No way.
I'm doomed.
Well,
Since I won't be able to study tonight anyway, I might as well just focus on casting chill and enjoy the delicious cool air.
Hey!
No, you don't.
I knew it.
I knew this would be the case from the start. My sinister, eerie air conditioner. Zero sighs and spreads out his hands. Instantly, the room becomes a degree Celsius or 2 cooler.
Well,
Can you study now?
thank you.
Thanks, Zero. You're the best.
stop it.
I'm not doing it for you. It's only because there isn't another way to get you to study, and your potion isn't quite desperate enough as it is.
What?
That's still doing it for me, though.
Go away.
That's only because I don't want to be known as being friends with a witch who can't pass her Halloween exams. I'm happy you're my friend, Zero.
Stop.
Pipe down and go back to studying, Stars. And so we spend another tiring but productive night in preparing me for my upcoming exams. Lawrence drops the crate with a heavy thud and wipes his hands against each other, feeling accomplished, yet unaware of my presence. I think that's all the deliveries for today. Maybe now I can finally nap. Laurie! Oh, look at him! Lawrence turns stiffly to face me, his ears flattened against his hair.
Again.
Which, I told you 1,000 times, my name is...
I remember.
I know. Lawrence, right? I love that. I watch as his ears perk back up again. They look so soft, so fuzzy, so...
What?
But how do you expect me to call you by your name if you don't use mine? I guess you have a point. His ears twitch a little and droop as he looks away. Is that a pout hiding behind his mask?
Right.
That's it. I can't hold myself back any longer. I'm so sorry. Sorry for... Lawrence makes a noise between a whimper and a whine, so I grab him in a headlock and ruffle his ears to my heart's content. I discover that if he scratched behind them, his foot starts tapping, but he grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me away before I can learn much more than that.
What are you doing?
You're so just unbelievably cute. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
You have to.
You can't just go around touching people like that. At least ask first. I mean, that is fucking creepy. Yeah, don't fucking do that, actually.
Oh, you mean...
So you would have said yes if I...
No.
Expected response. My ears aren't a toy for foolish people to play with. My hearing is a lot more sensitive than yours. Every tap is an echo that reverberates in my head. Oh, I can't imagine what that must be like. If I teach you, will you leave them be? Teach me, teach me.
Wow!
Oh gosh, you're going to show me how to have super cute puppy ears.
No.
Oh, pumpkinhead. I'll teach you what big ears a spell to improve your hearing. Aw. Well, I suppose that could be useful too.
Right.
Please tell me I have the potions for it. They're better to hear you with, my dear. Am I right? I wink playfully at him and he thumps his palm against his forehead. You're so... Jesus! Okay. Anyway, pay attention. This is how you cast What Big Ears.
What big ears!
I didn't think it was possible to improve your hearing through a few easy steps, but with a few simple gestures and the magic words, everything is a lot more in focus. I'm not pronouncing that. Would hate us.
That should do it.
That should have worked. Tell me what you hear. I hear the beetles crawling around in the grass, the crows flapping their wings above us.
Good.
Anything else?
Well...
There are glasses clinking near the cafe down the hill from here, and...
How?
What? Something is growling really close by. It isn't you, is it? No, but I don't hear a thing. Lawrence watches the area around us carefully, alert and ready for action. He seems to be taking this seriously. I hear a growl again, and without a doubt, it's definitely coming from Lawrence.
Well...
Are you sure it isn't you?
Of course
It's not.
Hmm.
Go back home. The lesson is over.
What?
But Lawrence
Watch yourself.
might be unsafe. A witch that can't use many spells won't be able to defend themselves. He folds his arms and nods affirmatively at his own deductions.
I'll do it.
I'll look into the weird noise by myself. Alright. Lawrence turns to leave. I hear the growling again as he dashes off into the woods. That's when I suddenly realize that was his stomach, wasn't it? Lawrence, wait, it's okay. Maybe I'll bring a box of treats or a dog bone next time. Oh. Okay, I need to make potions. Random 2 additionals. Yeah, fuck it. Random 2 additionals. A day has passed. Ooh. So I was stocking shelves, I heard some students snickering and whispering to each other. Somehow I got the feeling they were up to no good, but couldn't quite make out what they were saying. After improving my hearing, I realized they were planning to drop a darkness bomb so they can rob us blind. Literally. I had them leave before they could do any harm. Then I told Mr. West about the almost incident. He rewarded me for my trouble. Yo! That's so sick!
Zero.
Okay. You know Zero?
Yes.
Well... Well...
I've been thinking I know very little about you, don't I?
That's right.
You know very little about everything, Stars. That is why you're in such an imminent danger of flunking your exams and getting expelled from Dormamere High.
Speaking of which,
How did you progress with tonight's study plans?
Um...
You've been on my side the whole time. You probably know the answer to that question better than I do.
oh yeah.
I do, in which case I must warn you that unless you start studying seriously and stop wasting time asking inane questions,
Right.
that's just it. Fold my arms across my chest in the most exasperated expression I can muster. Excuse me, Zero isn't escaping this time.
Huh?
Whenever I bring up the topic of your past, you try and deflect it and change the subject.
Do I?
Do I now?
Yes.
You do, Zero. You're my oldest friend and I want to know more about you.
What?
But if you don't wish to tell me anything, all you have to do is say so, and I'll stop, because I respect your privacy. It isn't a matter of privacy. He lets out a defeated sigh.
Actually.
The reason I don't talk about my past is hardly glamorous. I simply haven't much of a past to talk about.
What?
But you've been a poltergeist for quite a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
For much, much too long.
My earliest memories.
His were of haunting the north part of the graveyard in... the name escapes me.
It was.
It was a quaint little English village.
I remember.
Remember the vane of the church steeple, a gleam in midday, and the low, sad chimes of the church bell telling the hour to whom time no longer meant anything. His eyes were hazy like the night skies. He reminisces about the distant memories of his past.
Oh.
Sounds so peaceful there. He whips his head up toward me, my comment having broken him from his trance.
No.
Peaceful. It was so unbearably boring that it drove me out of my mind.
Eventually.
One fine night, I decided I couldn't stand it any longer and left. I went here and there, haunting whatever took my fancy, lonely, windswept roads, crumbling, disused castles, the dark and quaking tarns. You were fond of those days?
Not a bit. In the past.
I was light and free, at a loss, so to speak. I drifted aimlessly wherever the wind blew. One evening, I wound up here in Halloween Town.
Actually.
I hadn't planned to stay longer than I did anywhere else, but for some reason after another, I was never able to get around to leaving. Eventually, I just got used to the idea of living here. Is there anything else? Is there anything you miss? Anything you miss from when you were, from where you came from?
I've forgotten.
If there is, I've forgotten.
I
know I once missed my family and friends and the slow, bitter nights when I was alone. Now I can't remember their names or their faces or what their laughter sounded like.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
Don't be. A lot of water has flown under those bridges. A good thing at that. I gaze into Zero's eyes, which have become low and smoldering like embers about to die. Instinctively, I reached out to touch him, but checked myself at the last moment. Zero observes this with a sad smile. What does that mean? What does what mean?
Well...
The thing holding you is losing its grip. What does that mean?
That means.
It means my memory is weakening in my old age, which is pardonable, since I have been in Halloween Town long before you were even born. But you, my dear Stars, are young, and unless your memory starts improving dramatically, and with great haste, you will fail your Halloween exams and get expelled from school.
Yeah.
Fine, be that way. I turn to my books in a huff. Just as I am about to lift my pen, Zero speaks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stars. For what?
Never mind.
Nothing. Never mind. Spend the rest of our night in companionable silence. Fuck. I can't read. Let's learn another spell. In exchange for protection, plenty of smaller creatures won't mind lending you a hand. Let's do Gentle Giant. Oh shit. Smash!
No, no, no!
No! Stars! Stars, are you hurt?
No way!
Damien, I broke my potion bottles and I'm not wearing any shoes or socks. Stare at the 1,000 pieces of glass scattered on the ground all around me in dismay. I'm undoubtedly trapped. going to be here forever and miss my exams and the Halloween party. With a clenched fist, I tilt up my head and shed a false tear. I'm sorry to all the couples out there who will never meet. Having been deprived of my matchmaking prowess. Know that my heart goes out to you.
Please.
Stars, don't be like that.
You
I can sweep away the shards for you. Damien opens their mouth and sings a few notes. It's quiet for a moment, but before I can ask, I hear a scuffling noise. It starts coming from the corner of the room, and then the walls. Suddenly, from everywhere, mice! As they run toward Damien, they mimic the tune in their own squeaky way.
Wow!
Wow! Damien crouches down as they softly pet the furry animals.
Please.
Excuse me, friends, if you don't mind. Could you please help us pick up this mess? Sure enough, little paws begin to swiftly and carefully collect the glass, depositing it into the trash bin Damien brings out for them. And the kitchen is clean within seconds. Well, aside from the cheese Damien happily sprinkles around for the lot of them. After they accept their reward, the mice clear off as quickly as they came.
Amazing!
Damien, that was amazing! You're like that one character from the movies.
Huh?
That's Dr. Dolittle. Not really. I get along better with creatures than I do with people, after all.
Right.
It must be because you're so gentle with everyone and everything. I could see it. If I was an animal, I sure would like to be around you too, just like we are now. They bashfully put their hand up to their left cheek and trace small circles on the ground using their tippy toes. I'm not sure about that one. It's just before I came to Halloween Town after my maker passed, most of my companions were animals.
Sometimes.
Whenever I'd come across a creature on the road that was hungry or lost, or being troubled by humans, I would help them out.
You see.
And in time, well, they would try and help me too. Oh, that sounds so precious.
Yes!
I want cute animal friends like you.
What?
But for as long as I can remember, small creatures have had a tendency to run away from me. Oh, Stars, you're probably just too energetic.
Well.
If you're kind to them and respect their boundaries, it's not too difficult. Though, if you like to call upon them and speak in a way they understand, I know a spell for that.
Yeah!
Really? Really? I want to learn. Show me.
All right.
Right then, but if I teach you the spell, Gentle Giant, you'll have to be careful with it.
Please.
It's not a spell to control another. You may only ask favors of the animals. In exchange, you must offer them something in return.
No way!
You worry too much. Do I look like someone who would be even a little mean? They look into my eyes and smile. My own heart gives me a spook when it skips a beat.
No.
Oh, no, that's why I trust you. Additionally,
Well.
abusing the spell will cause you to lose trust with the animals. If they have no faith in your bond, the magic will no longer work.
Alright!
Got it. I don't want to ask them for anything anyway. Just talking to them seems neat.
Okay.
I understand.
It's simple.
The song I just sang is embedded with old magic from the forest. If you sing it, the animals that hear it will understand your intentions.
Oh!
Do you think you could maybe show me one more time then?
Watch closely,
See?
please.
Alright, watch closely, Stars. I'll try and teach you to cast Gentle Giant. Fuck. Yeah! New spell acquired. I attempt to sing the notes that Damien had done, but I think I mess up a little here and there. Unexpectedly, Damien sings with me, and my solo becomes a duet, but still, no furry friend in sight. I cross my arms and pout. Is it because they don't trust me yet?
Wait.
Oh, Stars, look there. I turn around from near the entry of the kitchen. A small black kitten walks up to us. When our eyes meet, it mews at me and my heart melts.
Wow!
Oh, hello! Oh my gosh. Did you come to talk to me? Thank you so much. When I speak, it pads over and rubs against my knee. I think I'm going to cry, and Damien smiles, gently patting my head.
All right.
I'll leave you two to it, and there's some milk in the fridge when you're done. Damien leaves, and I spend the entire afternoon chatting with the kitten instead of getting any work done. God damn it. I think I'm on my way to getting my very own familiar, as a proper witch should.
The incomparable.
At this
The
rate...
one and only.
Oh my god. At this rate, failing the exams will be impossible for the wonderful... da-di-da, the incomparable da-di-da, the one and only Stars Nightshade of Dwemer High. That's so fucking annoying. Thanks, doll. Come see us again soon. The instant the last two customers leave, Carmelia hums cheerily to herself and locks the front door for lunch. I'm about to take the first bite of my burger when she turns to me a sort of smug satisfaction.
Parched.
We worked hard this morning, did we not? I'm positively parched. I stare at her with my mouth open, a very appealing sight, before clamping it shut. Parched?
Oh!
Oh, hold on, I'll grab your lunch for you and we can eat together. I go look underneath the counter in case she left a bag, but there's nothing. Quickly I race to the back, but there isn't anything in the icebox either. As I return, Carmelia eyes me full of amusement. Did you forget your lunch today? Seems so.
Whatever shall I do?
I look back at my own lunch, a leftover burger from last night's supper, and a bottle of milk. I guess I can go halvesies.
Whoa.
Well, if you need a drink, you can have some of mine. I thrust the opened bottle toward Camilla, but she immediately takes a step back like it's minced garlic, which I'm pretty sure it's not. What gives? Oh, no thank you. Milk is not quite to my tastes.
You know?
It never really satisfies me, you know? She smiles gently and saunters over to me. Then I look into her eyes. I see the same spark as when she looks at the customers. It's chilling. I know what she's doing, but her voice is so hypnotic, it almost causes my heart to skip a beat. My darling little witch, do you know what would satisfy a thirsty vampire? Yes?
Huh?
Blood? If it's bad enough that you want to enthrall me, I guess I could give you some of mine, but you owe me.
Right.
And it better not hurt. Oh, sweet stars, you're always full of surprises.
I feel a little
Even when
embarrassed.
you knew what I was up to. Oh my goodness, I feel a little embarrassed. She glances away and twirls her hair around her index finger.
Whoa.
Well, we're friends and you're always helping me out, so I think it's at least I can do.
Oh dear.
You're so kind. Not to mention 100% right.
I
I
promise.
swear to you I shall only take the tiniest bit.
Come on.
Give me your hand, please. I do as she asks. With one of her satisfied little hums, Carmelia kneels before me, takes my hand, gently presses her lips to the back of my palm. Feel a pinch just for a moment, but then nothing, like a little nothing but a little dizziness. Carmelia lifts her head and licks her lips before removing a handkerchief from her sleeve, which she carefully wraps around my hand. Red berry, with notes of chocolate and cream. You certainly like your sweets, don't you? You can tell all that from my blood?
I
I
have
have an
experience.
experienced palate for such things.
I suppose.
If you're truly curious, I suppose I can give you a pittance of my own.
Of course.
Few things upon this earth are quite as energizing as fresh blood when you have acquired the taste, of course. She does look like she has a lot of get up and go, but drinking blood. Fuck it, let's do it.
Whoa.
Well, if it tastes as good as you say, a little wouldn't hurt.
I'm impressed.
How adventurous. I'm very impressed. But my sweet little witch, I was hardly serious.
You
To
know?
drink a vampire's blood is to become one yourself, after all.
Really?
Really? What?
Yes.
Yes, so be careful what you agree to, Stars. There may be a number of benefits to vampirism, but you should think them over first. At any rate, I do know a less physical means of absorbing energy. It may not be as effective as blood, but it should provide me a pick-me-up in a pinch.
Oh!
Oh, you mean like draining psychic energy? I wiggle my fingers spookily at Carmilla, and she shakes her head, smiling briefly. Something like that, yes. The spell is called Leech Life. Leech Life, Pokemon spell!
Yeah.
That sounds ominous, but let's get to learning.
I'll teach you.
Darling, I'll teach you how to cast Leech Life. Fuck yeah. Carmilla spends the rest of our break instructing me on how to steal energies indirectly. It's a pretty simple process. All you have to do is lock eyes with your target. After casting the spell, you'll slowly drain their energy. Nice and straightforward. Not even I could mess this up. I haven't had a chance to test it though. After she showed me, Carmilla wouldn't even look at me. An awkward silence stretches between us for what seems like forever. Shortly after our break, a customer finally shows up, and they're wearing a mean face that spells business. Hey, I want to return this. I blink, then quietly tap the small board next to the counter sheepishly.
Whoa.
We have a no returns policy on every product in the store. Sorry. Why does that matter? My spell didn't work. I demand to see your manager. Our eyes meet, and we just sort of stare at each other. It takes me a second to gather my nerves, but I decide to put what I've learned to good use.
Life leech.
Life leech. Slowly, the man's shoulders begin to sink, and I feel a bit of energy gradually wake me back up. Thankfully, after about 5 minutes, he just shakes his head and wobbles off without a word.
Yes!
Yes, Nightshade wins! As I fist bump into the air, I catch Carmilla smiling at me out of the corner of my eye. But when I go to look up, she seems to have vanished. Too unprofessional? Or maybe I should be careful with the spell. She told me to. Not like I'm going to be leeching out the answers to the Halloween exams anytime soon. Okay, let's make potions. Let's make a purple one. Oh, it's 3 of the same. He'll give me 2 extras. Yeah, triple the output of the last one. Sick
Damien!
nasty. Damien!
Just a moment.
What's taking them so long? Damien, do you need some help? My question is very obvious. My question gets a very obvious answer when Damien appears near the top of the stairs with a large stack of books in their hands. Can they even see over that pagnated mountain?
Apologies.
Apologies, Stars. I just wanted to make sure I had brought... I rush over as Damien trips over his feet, but it's too late. Oh, he's a little guy. They go over the banister and tumble down the stairs, landing in a heap of books and limbs on the floor.
Damien!
Damien!
No,
Speak to me. Oh, no, 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 no. I dig through the books, but they don't move.
Damien!
Damien, are you?
No!
No, don't let me get accused of murder!
It's okay.
I'm still alive.
Huh?
The grunt Damien stands himself back up and dusts off the unseen dirt from their clothes. There wasn't a scratch on them.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Stars, I didn't mean to make such a mess.
Wait.
I'll clean it. Wait.
Are you alright?
Are you feeling alright? You're quite pale.
Um,
Damien! I cry crocodile tears and throw my arms around their neck to emphasize their horrible crimes against my sanity. They tense a little at first, but wrap their arms around me not long after.
don't you know?
Don't worry me like that ever again. I almost had to imagine life in the dungeons.
Thank you.
Thanks for your concern?
Yes!
You bet.
What?
But that looked like a real nasty fall. It's a miracle you're still standing right now.
Oh.
Oh, it's not a miracle. It's a magic spell. Indestructible. Indestructible.
Yes.
Well, when I was created, my maker took measures to assure no harm would come to my person.
Wow!
With a capital W-O-W. Wow!
I could
If you're
teach
interested, I can teach you part of it. It'd be perfect for you.
Alright!
Count me interested.
you. Excellent.
Wonderful. Now I don't have much to worry about so much. What was that again?
It's nothing. Watch closely.
Yo!
please.
Watch closely, please, Stars, and I'll try and teach you how to cast Indestructible. Fuck yeah. Will I ever be able to get that other spell back? The one that I missed out on with Lawrence? Will I ever be able to get that back? I think it's just a missed opportunity.
Indestructible!
Suddenly a swelling feeling takes hold of me, then dies down. I don't feel much different than from before. Of course, other than the sudden urge to perform immediate and daring feats to test my new capabilities. I grip both fists and hold them up in front of my chest in anticipation.
Alright!
Okay, I think I've got it. So I'll take the stack of books to the top of the stairs and then throw myself down.
Don't.
I think absolutely not. Oh, wait. Wait, you mean that wasn't what the books were for?
Of course not.
Oh, no, goodness, of course not. Those are books about
Well.
magic theory if you want to test it that badly.
Wait.
Here, hold on, I'll get you something.
Don't do it.
Don't you dare jump down those stairs, Stars. I'm
Yes.
gonna do it. Yes, my liege. I oblige, my liege. Damien casts me a doubtful glance before walking away. A few seconds later, they emerge with a wooden plank.
Okay.
Please recast the spell and try punching this as hard as you can. Now we're
Impossible.
talking. It'll probably take some martial arts to break this plank if I didn't have the power of magic and Damien on my side.
Alright!
Okay, so let me just use this sigil and
Go!
take this Star's heart-shattering comet punch. Crack. My fist goes through it like a hole puncher through a greeting card, and I don't feel a single sting. Damien looks satisfied.
Excellent.
That was excellent. The spell should make you invulnerable for about 5 minutes each time you cast it. Although you don't have to name your attacks.
Why?
What do you mean? Naming them is the best part.
The incomparable.
How else will people
The
know
one
it's the
and only.
it's the incomparable one and only Stars Nightshade doing them? You should try it too. If you say so. Maybe another day. For now, I have some books to clean up. Why did you try and bring so many? Watching as they go to pick up the books scattered across the stairway, I decide to venture over and follow suit. Damien casts me a surprised look.
Oh,
Oh, you don't have to trouble yourself. I know you hate cleaning. It's fine. This is my home too, after all, and I owe you one for teaching me that spell and all.
thank you.
As we work on it together, silence falls upon us and causes me to think.
Why?
Why would your maker want you to be indestructible anyway? You're not even a klutz.
Oh,
That's... Well, when I was created, my maker was not well liked in the neighborhoods we lived in. Humans used to throw things at us or try to chase us out. They managed to, sometimes.
No way.
What? Those bullies! I roll up my imaginary sleeves and put on the most mean and serious face I can muster. When I'm done with them.
it's okay.
Stars, it's okay. It was a long time ago. Those humans have all died already anyway.
What?
But that was the reason why my maker said we needed to have thick skins to get through life. So he
Like-
made you the most impenetrable of all.
Yes.
I guess so.
What?
But as long as you're with me, even if you're not, I'll make sure to protect you.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you.
Right.
So I hope I can keep smiling without worries. Damien, my sweetest friend in the world. Oh, look at him! They avert their eyes from my view and shyly slide their hand behind their back.
It's nothing.
I'll try. Cute. Okay, I'll make another... Oh, wait, no. Back. I want to learn. Okay, so I have 4 purple, 2 yellow, and I have 1 blue and 1 red. So if I do one that's just purple and yellow, I'll have enough to be able to get a mystery one. Be able to get the story one. So I'm gonna do darkness. Cloak yourself in a complete darkness, hiding you from sight. Yeah, let's do it. I have a new da-di-da routine. Each day I work, I meet Carmilla at the door. It's a grown habit for us to meet outside before our shift and go in together, when I'm on time, of course. Our short stride through the entryway has easily become one of my favorite parts of the day, but... Oh god. Evil! Evil! There is a wicked beast in our town! I jump back, spooked by the sudden noise. A screaming figure lingers in front of our shop, shouting his lungs out. A pretender amongst pretenders! We must burn her, stake her, before she slays any more innocents. Sir, are you okay? Be warned, young one! You are gallivanting with death herself! I already sense her taint upon you. Begone, thrall of vampire! In hindsight, I should probably know better than to talk to strangers, but there's something familiar about this particular weirdo, and he's blocking the door. Now he's advancing towards me with a crossbow, barely concealed under his cloak.
Come on!
Oh, come on, please don't murder me. I haven't had one of my millionth match yet. Even had my 1 millionth match yet. There is no sanctum for people like you. Do not hide from my cleansing judgment. Gross. Stumbled back a few steps when I realized that it isn't me he's looking at, but Carmilla? Embarrassing. Here I thought I was the demon. Like when you think someone's waving at you and... Hold on, wait, he's after Carmilla! Help. I should call for help. I should... Eek, his hand is on the trigger. He's going to make ghastly kebabs of us. Sir, please, can we talk about, But just as he shoots, Carmilla yanks me back. I'm about to scream, but I feel a finger over my lips and a warm breath near my ear.
Don't.
Say nothing. I nod, watching the wasted shot roll along the ground. My savior, death herself, waves a hand, then a thick patch of darkness soars forth and hides us within. I intently listened to how the man's heavy footsteps echo through the alleyway, near and far. You can run, demons, but never escape! Time will not forget the dishonor you dealt me and mine, and I will scorn the earth to see justice done! We wait until his footsteps fade off into the distance. Camilla drops the veil of darkness and walks into the store without a word. I stumble in after her, struggling to grasp what I had just witnessed.
Whoa.
Carmilla.
No.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey.
I do. You almost died. And he
What?
was like straight up hunting you. Who was that guy? Carmilla sighs again, but this time she doesn't brush me off. He's the Baron, or the Mad Baron, as he's better known. We have some would call it a history together. He was yelling a lot of mean stuff.
Yes.
Yes. Well, it's his ancestors' fault.
Now.
A long time ago, the Mad Baron's ancestor struck a deal with me.
Anyway.
It was simple. I never harm his direct descendants, no matter how annoying they are. In exchange, his family would cover up any accidents that might occur. She clicks her tongue in annoyance and shakes her head. If I had known how frustrating they would be to deal with, however, I would never have made that deal. Accidents?
Yes.
I was young once and wasn't exactly careful with blood as I am now. And the Baron's family, well, if I did not take them, surely pestilence or a failed harvest would have. She looks away, mumbling in bitterness. What was that I heard?
Well,
He's mostly upset because this house has fallen. Being terrible at your job can do that to you.
but you know.
I mean, how is it my fault that his ancestors didn't do their cleaning properly? Even though Carmilla is pouting, I can sense a bit of guilt. Do you think he'll come back?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately. Unfortunately for me, he is as stubborn as he is imbecilic.
I have no idea.
I don't exactly know how he figured out that I work here, but now he knows we're affiliated. In fact,
And
he may
so-
even try interrogating you. What a bother.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Yes, he's not evil per se, but he should be pretty harmless to anyone who isn't me. Of course, he's still, well, you know, like that.
I'm sorry.
Goodness, I'm incredibly sorry for getting you mixed up in all this stars.
Whoa.
It's okay, now that I know he's really not as scary as he was earlier. Oh, I have an idea. To make it up to you, I'll go over the darkness spell I used earlier with you. There we go. It allows you to cloak yourself in shadow. You may evade him like that.
Yes.
Yes, I'm ready to stop, drop, and roll into the void away from that creep any day. Give her 2 thumbs up of approval, and she smiles at my antics.
I'll teach you.
Alright then, I'll teach you how to cast darkness. Bamboozle. Sip a Coke for me. Carmilla shows me the method. I thought she was just waving her hand, but the movement is really particular. When preparing the spell, I feel kind of like a ninja, or even spookier, a mime. Okay.
All right.
Oh, Carmilla, watch!
Darkness.
Darkness. I practice forming small veils of darkness around the shop, each one growing a little larger the more I concentrate on it. It's small, but it'll do the job. Well done, darling.
Yes.
I'll get better. I need to
After
repel
all.
that guy in case he ever comes back for you, right? Oh, the chances of that are quite low.
But
You see, the neighborhood watch is extremely exemplary at keeping the sort out. His sort out. He does manage to slip by once in a blue moon, however, but...
oh,
Well, he won't get the best of me. Oh, well, for that, I have no doubt. Amazing. While cleaning the shop, I found a very unique looking, obviously ancient vase, but is there any other kind? Amazed by the intricate decorations, I took it off the shelf for inspection. At the very same moment, Carmilla appeared out of nowhere and spooked the hell out of me. As soon as I dropped the vase, the shop was shrouded in darkness, then an evil spirit appeared. I must have the worst luck. Luckily, I was able to easily stitch the vase back together, so the spirit returned to it without causing any trouble. Nice. Carmilla was pretty impressed by my quick wits, and even sweet-talked Mr. West into not deducting my pay for breaking the vase. But she should have done that to begin with, since it was her fault I broke it.
da-dee-da.
Nightshade is the best. Find someone from your rest. I sing quietly to myself as I dust the inside of the human shop, doing my best to keep the wares clean and tidy. which I come to think of it was kind of necessary. It was starting to get gross in here, especially the drapery. Ugh, just looking at these curtains makes me want to sneeze. I should probably take them outside before I start beating them. And a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Go to tug them down, and a cloud of dust ambushes me as I do so. By the time it clears, there isn't a wall behind the drapery, but ancient portrait framed in gold. What's up here? Similar dark-haired woman, a familiar dark-haired woman, gazes down at me with empty yet captivating violet eyes. And wait a second.
Huh?
Carmelia?
Yes?
Yes, sweetness? I don't hear her approach, so when I whip my head around to see her standing beside me, I basically jump out of my skin. This is you, right? It's not like a great-great-great-grandma that also happens to be your doppelganger. Indeed it is, what keen eyes you have. That is a portrait of yours truly, an eternal goddess, Countess of Carnolia. Ah, and what an era that was.
Amazing!
Amazing, you are nobility? She folds her arms and raises her brow at me as she gives my chest a small poke with her index finger.
Come on!
I most definitely still am.
Yes!
So of course, milady. But what was this painting even doing here anyway? She doesn't respond. Rather, when I look over, she's tracing a finger over the filament on the portrait's frame, no doubt gathering dust from whatever era she's seeing in the far-off gaze.
Whoa.
Just a minute, oh Countess. The frame's a little crooked.
Wait!
Oh no, stars, don't touch! Too late, I grasp the frame and adjust it accordingly. When I do so, a scrape of paper falls out from behind the painting. Huh? What's this? I lift up the parchment. It's a faded pencil sketch of a woman with hair that flows like the ocean waves and eyes that are dark as a moonless night. There's something mischievous in her smile that draws me in.
Wow!
Oh, what a beauty!
Don't
touch that!
Touch it!
Before I can react, Carmelia snatches the picture from my hand with fury in her eyes and crease in her brow. I blink, taken aback, and a bit hurt. It's just a drawing, so what's her problem? Unless... Do you know her? Friend of yours? Carmilla sighs, takes a lingering look at the photo, and gently runs a finger across the girl's paper cheek.
I suppose.
In a matter of speaking, yes. She was my greatest hunt. I have never since pursued a human of her caliber.
Whoa.
I'm willing to bet there's an impossibly good story behind it all.
Yes.
Oh, there most certainly is. There's a glint in her eye as she takes one last look at the portrait. Slowly she rolls it back up with the extreme tenderness. I guess it's no surprise at all that the picture is still in good condition when she handles it like that.
6 centuries ago.
This little delicacy came forthwith to my manor,
She was.
hoping to hunt me as revenge for an incident that occurred in her village, unbeknownst that she herself would become my quarry.
For months.
We played a game of cat and mouse, pushing each other to the limit but never quite gaining the upper hand.
Until one day.
I cornered her in an alleyway. I leaned forward as if sitting on the edge of my seat.
Oh!
And then what? You drank her blood? Nearly to the last drop. Carmilla smiles, and yet there's something forced about her cheer when she speaks. I see her run her fingertips along the edge of the page. Until some no-good busybodies arrive to save her. I barely escaped with my life that night.
How?
Gosh, how'd you do it? I outsmarted them.
Naturally.
She flicks her hair off her shoulders with the back of her hand.
You know?
Vampires are apex predators, as you should be fully aware of by now. When faced against mere mortals, we always come out on top. Okay, but if that's true, why do you look like you're about to cry? Carmilla's jaw hardens. I feel like she's about to chew me out, but after a long and very awkward pause, she laughs the kind of laugh as someone who has resigned themselves to the most pitiful fate.
I suppose.
It isn't easy to hide affairs of the heart from a master matchmaker, is it? You've caught me twice today, little witch. I open my mouth to reply, but the pained look on her face brings me to a halt. An unknown sensation starts to build up within my chest. With a sigh that tucks the roll of she tucks the roll of paper back behind the portrait.
My dear.
But stars, my dear, there are some plots that are not worth digging into. Her piece spoken, Carmilla returns to doing inventory, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I guess there is no helping her right now, no matter how much I want to be there for her. Damn. I've got a lot of money. Let's go yellow potions first. 3. Blue. Let's go 3. I should have 10 coins left. So, pink potion, I'll just get 1. And red potion, I will also get 1. Okay, yeah. No, I have no dollars. No dollars. Okay, 3, 2, hover. So you float for a short while. Let's do it.
0!
Look at the geese. Off for winter vacation. Above us, a flock of wild geese are winging southward. The pattern of their flight moves light and graceful toward the deepest twilight, or deepening twilight. You know, sometimes I wonder what it would be like to be a bird flying south, crossing roaring, dark seas and never-ending desert dunes.
Yes.
The ruins of forgotten cities and new towns bursting to life. And the orchards and caravan trails and little sparkling oases, and over the high, lonely veldt in bloom. Zero and I are silent for a moment as we contemplate how wonderful the birds' annual pilgrimages must be.
Unfortunately.
Sadly, I do not know any spell that lets you turn into a wild goose, but...
Well...
Do you want to know how it feels to be airborne?
Can you teach me?
You can teach me a spell to fly? Really?
No.
Almost. I can teach you a spell that allows you to hover. You won't grow wings or dance in the sky or feel the shouting wind sweep against your face. But hover will let you slip the surly bonds of the earth for a time.
0!
Zero, teach me hover.
Alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, stars. I'm going to teach you how to cast hover.
Hover!
Some dull and heavy force which I hadn't realized was dragging me down all this time begins to fray. My shoulders feel light as though I had slipped off a bag full of stones.
0!
Or bag full of stones. Zero, my feet, they're
Yes.
no longer touching the ground. Yes, we have liftoff. I'm, You'll find it difficult to keep upright in the air on your first attempt. Don't worry, it's perfectly natural.
0!
Zero, I'm flying! I fling my arms out wide as I would if they were wings. The dry autumn breeze caresses my face, my hair, my skin.
Alright!
Geese, all you silly geese, watch this! I dart at the small clutch of the wild geese circling above, watching me half in askance and half in curiosity. As I inch closer, they erupt into a cacophony of indignant cries and dart off in every direction, leaving me gasping with laughter.
Yes!
I can fly! Zero, let's fly south too. If only we could. Oh, what's happening? My arms feel heavy. You've done extraordinarily well for someone who has cast hover for the first time. Don't push your luck, stars. It isn't safe to try and climb any higher. Why not? I'm going to keep flying.
Well...
Time for you to come down to Earth before Earth drags you down and makes you flatter than a pancake. Flatter than a pancake? That's what happens when you run out of magic and gravity takes its revenge.
Pay attention.
This is hover, not insubstantiate. You have a physical form after all. Reluctantly, I give in to the pulling forces that seem intent on bringing me down from the air.
You know.
Those who just learned hover usually cannot keep airborne higher than a few inches for longer than a few seconds.
But...
With more practice, you can learn to go higher and longer, but you will have a limit, as do I. Even you? My feet once again brushed the ground. I find myself doubled over and panting, as though I had just run a marathon.
Of course.
Of course, at your altitude just now, we poltergeists can use hover pretty much indefinitely, but even we have a limit to how high we can reach before our magic fails us. When we cast hover, we use supernatural magic to surpass the limitations placed on us by nature for a minute, an hour, a day, but they're flight stars. We turn to watch the last little specks of the flock of wild geese disappearing into from the view into the horizon.
Yes.
Is a magic all of its own. Awesome. Okay, fuck it, let's do intimidate. I scribble the final concoction onto the paper in front of me, and I'm finally done. Whew, they assign way too much homework around exam season. I'm gonna... Knock knock. Huh? Someone's at the door. Quickly, I glide down the stairs to the knocking coming from outside the front door. Then the stranger speaks up without warning as I walk towards the entrance. Trick or treat. Trick or treat, excuse me. You heard me. Trick or treat. I never thought I'd say this about a trick-or-treater, but this guy sounds like he means business. Not sure I really want to open it now.
Whoa.
Sorry, I think you're too early. Halloween isn't for another few days. Doesn't matter. If you have nothing to offer, then pay with your reputation.
Huh?
My reputation?
I'm sorry.
Pardon me, Stars. I'll see to our guest.
Damien!
Damien, when did you get here? I don't mind if people make fun of me. I'm kind of the class clown and I enjoy good banter anyways. But Damien usually keeps to themselves. What if people try and bully them to get to me? No way, I absolutely won't let that happen.
No way!
Wait, Damien, no, we don't know who's out there. I try to reach for their sleeve, but they pull away quicker than I expect and don't wait up before opening the door.
Damien!
Damien! I try to peer out to see who's at the door. Oddly enough, I can barely see past them. Someone is moving out in front of them, but whoever it is seems to be shrinking by comparison. Wait, did Damien just grow taller? Oh, I was, joking. Ha ha ha. Oh hell, look at the time. I forgot my class will start soon. See you, but maybe not. Before I even find out who it is, the person has already dashed away, leaving not even an after image where they once stood. Damien turns to me with a smile. The good thing about being a 7-foot-tall monster, Stars, is that it's very easy to win disputes without having to say anything.
Wow!
I wonder how long it'd take me to grow that tall. Maybe I need to drink more bat milk. Bat milk?
It's okay.
I think you're just fine as you are. But if you're curious, I know an illusion spell that will make you appear that way. They call it intimidation.
Well,
It's a little cartoonish, but
Yes!
show me, please, please, please. All right, watch closely. I'll try and teach you how to cast intimidation. Big slurp for me. With my newest potion finished and at the ready, I don't waste any time in casting the spell.
Intimidation!
I don't feel any different, but Damien's blue eyes widen a little. They remind me of beautiful stained glass. How do I look? Horrifying? Spooktacular?
maybe.
Perhaps you should see for yourself. They steer me toward one of the mirrors in our hallway, and although Damien tries to fight it, I see their shoulders shaking with laughter. I stare into the mirror and freeze. I look like one of those plush toys, the one with huge body and tiny head.
Well,
I did say it's a little cartoonish.
How?
How come it looks so scary when you do it? Practice, Stars. A lot of practice. Are you okay, Damien?
it's nothing.
I'm fine. The reason I had learned the spell was because, well, when I was younger, the villagers would group together and chase me with pitchforks and torches.
My maker.
My maker taught me to take a larger form to scare them away, so no one would get hurt. Put both my hands on my hips to puff out my oversized chest in the mirror.
Alright!
You know, actually, this body of mine is great, because if my arms are like this huge, I can give super big hugs.
Huh.
Before Damien has the chance to resist, not that I think they would, I throw my arms around them and pull them into a tight embrace. As long as I'm here, no one will ever pick on you again. Got it? Slowly, they pull their arms around me and clench my back firmly between their stitched fingers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stars. The Halloween exams are soon. Very soon. I think I've learned quite a bit, but just to be sure, I decide to go and bug Damien into cramming with me like we usually do. However, the moment I get through the door, it's like I've walked straight into a horror movie. Fingers splayed across the table, an arm hanging off the chair. Ooh, what an absolute mess. Damien's normally so tidy, it's not like them to just leave their parts out and about like this and run. Someone could get seriously hurt. Wait, where did they go?
Hello?
Damien, are you here? Stars?
Huh?
Damien, where are you? I don't see... Whoa! In an instant, I hit the ground. Why is this leg here? It's almost like it only exists for me to trip over when I have got to find my friend. Hold on. I recognize this leg, and now that I'm down here, I see a head under the table.
Welcome home.
What?
Damien!
You're in
Why?
pieces. What happened?
Um,
No,
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 no.
actually, wait. First and
must do
foremost,
it.
I'm super skilled witch now, so let me help you out for once. I think Damon said something else, but I'm in such a frenzy to try and gather up their fallen limbs that I didn't quite catch what they said. No organs laying around, I guess it could be worse. Like a snake, Damien managed to wiggle out from under the table by the time I'm done with my scavenger hunt. Alright, limbs check, needle check, misplaced confidence check.
I'll work hard.
Ready to begin the surgery, doctor.
Stitch.
I set Damien's appendages where I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be and recite the incantation with proper pitch this time. Take these parts now and cut asunder and patch them into a thing of wonder.
I'm sorry.
Oh, so sorry, Stars. This must be absolutely mortifying.
No way.
No, don't sorry me. You've been really careful about keeping up on your repairs, which makes it even weirder that something like this would happen in the first place. I thought time travel back to our... Oh my god, I said time travel. I said time travel without thinking. And then my brain went, what the fuck? We're talking about time travel? But it was just me. My thoughts travel back to our previous conversations and the small details they have revealed about their past. Damien said people used to bully them.
Wait.
Stars, I know what this looks like, but did someone break in and hurt my sweet Damien?
That's
I
not
know
it.
that face. It's not what you think.
Damien.
What do you mean? What
It
happened?
was my
I was
fault.
doing all of those repairs because I knew I was starting to. It's not anyone's fault but mine. What are you talking about? My magic, it's weakening, Stars. Your magic is weakening? I tilt my head so far to the side that my neck pops. Remember when I told you that I've had to replace my parts a lot? There's only one thing I've kept since I was made.
Well,
Is that the machine?
Yes.
The machine, my heart, is what stores the magic that I make up. Well, me. You have no heart, Damien. I don't know where you keep it. It's not in your ribcage.
My maker.
Never could create for me a living heart. But thanks for the machine keeping me together, I was allowed to exist for as long as I have.
But
It's starting to sputter lately. No matter how tightly I stitch everything, if my heart stops just for a second, This happens? Damien nods, the guilt clear on their face. Mr.
can't.
West said it may happen sooner rather than later and offered me a replacement heart for free, but I can't.
huh?
Can't? What do you mean
Why?
can't, Damien? At this rate you'll... I know!
I'm
I
scared.
know, but I'm scared.
I
Stars, my heart, that's everything I ever was, everything I ever will be.
my maker.
I was his only creation that lived. Damien tears up and the needles seem to be almost done, so I pull them into a hug, the tightest one I can muster. They apologize as they always do and bury their head against my shoulder. It's the
I
last thing
can't.
that's still me, Stars. If I lose it, you'll still be Damien.
Huh?
Damien.
Damien, you need to take that replacement. I know you're scared, but you disappearing is even more terrifying. I cannot bear to lose you.
But
What if you still lose me?
what if...
What if I don't remember you?
I will.
Then I'll do the remembering for you. I'll show you everything all over again, every last drop, because you'll still be in the world to see it with me.
Please?
Please promise me if I pass my exams, we'll go together to replace your heart.
Okay.
As long as you're there, I promise.
All right.
Great. I wipe the corner of my eyes where tears had begun to bubble with the backs of my wrist and give a weary smile. Because I think I just stitched our shirt collars together. Leaning up against someone when there's a needle at work isn't a great idea after all. Damien laughs and any trepidation I was having disappeared. I glance over at my spellbook stacked atop a table. With so much at stake now, I really have to give it my all. Ooh, we're almost there, guys. I have to make red. Well, 3 different potions. There we go. On some days, we don't have a single customer, but on others, well, this happens. Bombarded by questions from all sides, I tried ringing up a customer who kept nagging me because he was in a hurry. When I finally told him the total, he suddenly asked me to get a potion from a shelf on the other side of the shop. I decided to use Scuttle on my hand and sent it to the back of the room to get what he wanted instead. At the same time, I put his purchase into a bag and somehow even managed to calculate the new total by the time the vial found its way to the register. To my amazement, it was really easy to deal with 4 customers at once using this trick. Mr. West was so impressed by my skills, he increased my pay for the day, easy as a piece of pumpkin pie. Sick. Okay, so I've got a fuck ton of stuff now, so that's good. So, gotta learn another spell. Don't know which one to do, because if I do this one I won't have any... Oh, I'll just buy more fucking purple. I'm stupid. Or it's pink, I guess. I'll just take one for right now. Thanks, Carmelia. So we'll do crawl.
It's love, love, love.
That makes the world go round, round, round. I finished classes early today and didn't have anything else to do, except maybe study, so I thought I would head to work a little early. By the time I reached the shop, Carmilla is already approaching the front door.
Carmilla!
Oh, you showed up on time, little witch. That's a first. She bops me on the nose and smiles, fangs exposed.
Hey!
What? Hey, I'm always on time. My time. I suppose I can't exactly argue with that.
But
There is no point in us speaking out in the cold. Let me just... I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to.
Huh?
That was German. I forgot the key at home. Cupping her hands around her mouth, Carmilla calls up to the second-story window.
Herbie!
Hey, darling, Stars and I have arrived. Let us in. We wait a few seconds for a response, but nothing happens. Is he even here today?
No.
Oh, I guess not. Ugh.
I suppose
It's troublesome, but I suppose I have no choice. She sighs heavily and presses her fingertips against the brick wall, and then, with momentum, Carmilla launches herself upwards. Whoa! It's such a simple movement, but it's really efficient. If she wasn't touching the wall, I think she was flying. Within seconds, she's at the second-story window. Positioned against the windowsill, she taps against it and then unlocks the window and heads in. After a few minutes, the front door swings open. Nothing cannot handle with ease, though it's certainly been a while since I last exerted myself. I gaze in awe at Spider Carmilla. God.
Wow!
What, how? I can't even... What was that?
Right.
God, I'm spitting as I talk. Ugh. You really grabbed the wall and then zoom! I gesture wildly, motioning my hands like a rocket ship taking off. Carmilla chuckles. Oh, that old trick? I'm rather fond of it. I learned a while back, the 14th century, or perhaps the 15th? Carmilla presses a finger to her lips in thought, then quickly waves the issue away. Nevertheless, it is quite easy. You simply channel your magic through your fingertips and use crawl. In fact, I may be so inclined to show you how.
Please?
Really? Please, Spider Camilla. Carmilla, only someone as talented as you could teach me this spell. I look at her with big, round, begging eyes and a pout for good measure. Oh,
all right.
my sweet. I'll teach you how to cast crawl. Yeah, we're going. She takes my fingers in her dainty hands, positions them against the wall. Carmilla then instructs me in the method of, blasting off? Or at least she tries to.
Crawl!
Wonderful.
Now go. I'm not sure that I can, Carmilla. My fingers, they're kind of sort of stuck to the wall.
Come on.
Hang in there.
Whoa.
Well, it's sort of like I'm hanging here, but
Don't you worry.
not gonna let a little clinginess stand in your way, are you?
Now,
Don't get discouraged. It's only your first try. Keep going. Carmilla, I think I'm stuck, like stuck.
my dear.
Oh dear, perhaps you're pulling too hard?
Wait.
Think of it like a magnet. You need to... Oh no! What? I try following her suggestion, but loosen my grip too much and fall backwards. In a panic, I squeeze my eyes shut. Is this the end for Star's Nightshade? Am I done for? There are so many couples I haven't matched yet, so many sweets I haven't tried, and
Huh?
I'm fine. But it doesn't feel like I'm on the ground. I look up and see a pair of violet eyes. Is Carmilla carrying me?
Wonderful.
I was just in time.
But
But that smile, don't tell me you plan to do that just so you can end up in my embrace.
No, no,
Well,
no!
of course not. I'm just relieved. Is that so? What troublesome little witch.
now,
Lass, I think that is enough practice for now. We have to set up the shop.
Right.
I've got to admit, this is definitely useful. I can't count how many times I've forgotten my keys at home. I just need to master it like I've mastered matchmaking. Carmilla, this would be a pretty neat trick for burglary, huh? I waggle my eyebrows suggestively. Carmilla huffs as she walks inside, still carrying me in her arms.
I
Oh,
don't.
what are you implying? I would never steal. Strange, you seem to be stealing me right now. It is simply because a certain mischievous little witch may run off to try again if I let them go.
Well,
Though, Carmilla?
Mm-hmm.
You only use the spell when you forget your keys. Oh, do you? Only use the spell when you forget your keys. Carmilla hesitates for a second, and her fangs lightly press against her bottom lip. As we enter the shop, she gently sets me down on a nearby chair.
My dear.
Oh, sweet thing. The spell's original purpose was for secret liaisons with an individual I was, shall we say, very fond of. Others did not approve of us, but we were able to enjoy each other's company in secret.
it's
Oh, a
love,
secret-
love, love.
A secret rendezvous, just the two of you. How romantic. I'm thinking it was the person she killed. Because she was so delicate with it. Carmilla's smile is touched by a hint of melancholy when she turns away to start working, but if she's distracted, I could— No! Bad stars! I always sneak out to practice, climbing on my break. I am, okay. I had a little moment where I thought I, wasn't showing my screen or some shit. I think I've worked more in the shop than I've studied for my exams this week. Not that I blame them for wanting me around. I am kind of wonderful. So at least if I'm a failure as a witch, I can probably stay here for the rest of my days. I accidentally let my laptop die, but I'm back. Welcome back, Agent Cora. You didn't miss much. I've just been learning a whole lot about spells and stuff, and lore has been kind of to a minimum. So I don't think you missed much. Especially with the best saleswoman as distracted as she's been lately. Carmilla, I don't think the display of our 2-for-1 deal of hands is going to crawl off anytime soon, so maybe you can stop securing it. Carmilla's shoulders shoot up and she stares at her hands for a long moment. I only missed a minute. Oh, okay. When it sinks in, however, she takes a step back. Her cheeks are surprisingly pink. Then the only thing you might have missed was that she said that she used to use Crawl, which is a spell you can use to become Spider-Man, to make secret rendezvous with a lover. And because of the whole painting incident of earlier, my current theory is that the lover was also the girl that she killed, her greatest hunt. So that's where we're at. When it sinks in, however, she takes a step back and her cheeks are surprisingly pink.
I suppose.
Oh well, I suppose they are no longer alive. No, haha. This is easily the saddest and least subtle thing I have ever watched. Something's up. And recently appointed best detective in Dwimmermer, I don't fucking know. High is on the case. Are you okay, Carmilla? You seem pretty un-Carmilla-y today.
Perish the thought.
I'm perfectly fine, my sweet.
Now,
Now that I think about it, I do have the need for your expertise.
Well,
Nothing magic related, given my current predicament, I hope. No, darling. Love. Well, what is it? Well, in your view? Feel my own eyes widen in excitement, and a million answers battle it out in my mind to see which I can get out first. Where do I even begin with how great love is? I put both hands on my chest and close my eyes wistfully.
right. right.
Love is the best feeling in the world, no, the whole universe. It leaves you feeling like you can walk on the sun, or fly on the moon, or the most painful thing imaginable. My eyes pop open.
Well,
Well, love can be that too, but I noticed the way crease in Camilla's eyebrows deepen. It's the same as the day she snatched the old sketch from my hands. Should I? Yeah, I think I will. Are you thinking about the girl from the picture? Carmilla hesitates and gives a reluctant nod. I'm on top of it today. Tonight is the anniversary of when she first darkened my doorstep. Carmilla gently touches one of the hands on display, a sorrowful expression on her face. She looks past me, past everything in the shop, and I wonder what memory is resurfacing inside her. I lean on the counter, suddenly feeling that heavy sensation in my chest. It's one thing to see your matches work out and love blossom, but it's a whole other experience to witness heartbreak. Will you tell me about her? What the fuck happened? At first I don't think she'll answer, but then Carmilla takes a deep shuddering breath.
She was.
Only supposed to be my prey at first. I had begun adapting to my new abilities and had decided to adopt a sort of... She makes a circular movement with her wrist, obviously debating her next choice of words.
Yes.
Catch and release policy. I would only drink as much blood as I needed to live, and then I would release my victims back into the night without further harm.
huh?
And you didn't get caught?
You
I
dummy.
wouldn't be here if I had, now would I, silly witch?
I suppose.
It was a dangerous time for vampires back then, which is understandable, I suppose. A cat is not welcome guest among mice. But my dear little mouse was nothing like the rest. A fond smile creeps over her lips.
She was.
Bold. Brilliant.
Yes.
She had seen me as a rival, not just as a beast to be hunted.
Now.
Even when I did lose to her, there was always an opening to escape, so I always left her one in turn. Our little game was like a dance that spanned many a year. But then one day I overstepped. What did you do? I tried to force her to drink my blood.
Huh?
You what? The horrid of me, I know.
You know?
As I once said, drinking a vampire's blood will turn any mortal into one of the living dead, if the circumstances are right.
Carmilla.
Sudden traces of horror mixed with disgust are written all over her face. But rather than our usual games, she cried out for help.
She was.
She was terrified of me. She wouldn't even look at me. I managed to escape just moments before the mob barreled down upon us. And that was the last mercy I was offered. Then I tried to approach again. She had served as much as willing bait for a troop of vampire hunters.
Don't you worry.
Worry not. I was too crafty by far and had outsmarted them all, of course. So something doesn't line up here. Why did you do it?
Why?
If you knew she didn't want to drink your blood, why did you try and force her? I did not know then what I know now. It's hardly an excuse, I know, but the idea of watching her age, watching her sicken and die, leaving me with a life that didn't have her in it, it was excruciating.
It's love, love, love.
I thought that maybe we could dance our dance forever. I love vampire lesbians. Carmilla sighs. I wanted someone to stay by my side so we can be in love for all eternity.
But
In the end, though, I behaved like the beast that the townsfolk believed me to be. How dreadfully ironic.
Carmilla.
You wanted my expert opinion, right? She doesn't respond, but I tell her anyway.
Well.
I think that love means accepting change and each other's differences, and letting that special someone go when it's time. The idea of an immortal love sounds nice, but only if the other person wants that too. Carmilla remains silent and goes to sweep the floor. I might have upset her, but I stand by what I said, not only as a matchmaker, but as a person. Eventually, and quietly from across the shop, I hear her say something. I only wish I had learned that sooner. Oh. Oh, that was hard. Let's do whale. Wait. Oh shit. Yeah, let's do whale.
0!
0, I've been thinking.
Well done.
Splendid. Will it become something you intended to do on a regular basis?
Right.
You've been around Halloween Town for ages, haven't you?
Yes.
You could say that.
Well,
Remember when we first met that night a century ago? I was a snotty little kid.
Why?
Why, the past town stars. And then I suddenly saw you glaring and hovering right in front of me. I burst into tears. I wasn't glaring. I clearly remember I apologized repeatedly.
right.
You did. I stopped crying because it looked like I was scaring you even more than you were scaring me.
I admit it.
The most glorious highlight of my career as a poltergeist, I will admit. A snicker escaped my lips.
Well,
Pretty glorious to look back on now, though.
anyway.
You probably don't know all kinds of things about Halloween Town. Or you probably know. Probably.
Like,
Such as the generations of students who attended Drummermere High,
Yes.
a school of long and distinguished history.
and then.
And the graduation exams they had to take every Halloween.
I see.
I see what you're after now.
Can you
Teach
teach
me,
me?
Zero. Teach me a spell that will help me pass the Halloween exams. Fortunately,
Unfortunately,
no such spell exists.
that's
Estella
how it
does a
is.
great job at changing the nature and layout of the exams year by year, and the obstacles she sets are unpredictable even to me.
No way!
Alas, alack, oh woe is me.
But
However, one test I notice she's particularly fond of is to devise a monster that will try and obstruct the student. How scary. What is the monster's weakness? It's difficult to say. On some years, the monster she used was weak to fire, and others weak to ice. Some could
Maybe.
only overcome by magic, others had to be stopped with physical objects. How depressingly unpredictable. In a great show of exasperation, I throw my hands up into the air and knock back my head.
No way!
There's no shortcut to passing, huh?
actually,
But come to think of it, none of them are invulnerable to noise. I perk back up. Noise? I can teach you Wail, a spell that emits a screech so loud it deafens and stuns anything within hearing range. It also temporarily blocks your ears so you won't become a part of the affected party. Hellhounds, imps, harpies, even dragons hit any of them with a wail at full blast and they'll need a minute or 10 to regain their senses.
maybe.
It could buy you the breathing room you need to get away.
Right.
That sounds useful. Wait, did you say dragons?
Don't
Worry about that. The school made her stop using them on students after too many concerned parents complained.
pay attention.
Anyways, prepare yourself, stars. I'm going to teach you how to cast Wail. Hell yeah. Ready? 1
Wait.
second. Your neighbors
Yes!
have been warned and are out walking their hellhounds. Damien has
Yeah.
taken off their ears. Okay, good. Zero stops his ears with his fingers and scrunches his face.
All right.
Now, judging by the expression of excruciating pain on Zero's face, Wail is even more powerful than I ever imagined.
Stop.
Enough. Stop. I was just starting to have fun.
Stop
Any
it.
louder and you'll cause nearby windows and mirrors to shatter. Not to
Think
mention all those
about
vials of potions you have stocked up. Wouldn't want to repurchase all of those for the exams now, would you?
No, no, no!
I was really that loud?
Yes.
You were. To be sure, use Wail carefully and sparingly. Zero folds his arms, looking quite pleased with himself.
Huh.
I'd love to see the look on Estella's face when she finds out her precious monsters can all be beaten by someone screaming very, very loudly. You know, Zero, I'm surprised you're on first name basis with Miss Magwitch. She's so forbidding to sever to anyone. Or severe? Severe. And that's it for my Coca-Cola. Now to open up the water bottle, because my throat is getting dry as hell. Good water, good water. You know, Zero, I'm surprised you're on first name base. Oh, I read that already?
Because
And that's because you haven't known her since the first day she arrived at Halloween Town, lost and penniless and running away from a broken heart. Miss Magwitch? Broken heart? How? Who? Why? When? We're not going to gossip with you about your superiors. Practice the spell a couple more times when no one is nearby, obviously.
And then
And when the day of reckoning comes, wail and watch Magwitch's monsters flee in terror.
Yeah!
Why is no one saying anything?
Well,
Huh?
what's the matter?
You've been sneaking glances at me for the better part of the last 2 hours. When are you going to tell me what's the matter? I fiddle my thumbs and glance upward at his fixated stare.
I don't know.
Oh, please.
Don't spare me. I can take it.
Tell me.
Am I wearing my shirt on the wrong way? Is my face disfigured by an outbreak of ghostly acne? Has a poltergeist pigeon spattered poltergeist droppings atop my head?
Really?
Are there really poltergeist pigeons that can do that?
No.
Which is what makes your behavior all the more puzzling. We poltergeists do not change our appearance even, ever. Not in our dress, not in our acne, not in our ghastly droppings of poltergeist pigeons on our heads. But you have changed. I can't put my finger on it, but...
For the last time...
Stars. Poltergeists never outwardly change.
Right.
That's it.
What?
What's it?
I'm sure.
You've inwardly changed. I'm sure of it. I thought since our last no, I've thought this for some time now. Maybe longer than I know I knew.
Like...
I thought you feel different from how you used to be.
Remember.
You can't feel me, remember?
No.
I can't. Sorry. Hiccups. I've figured out exactly how you're different.
Astonish me.
Right.
You're fading. His eyebrows rise, then subsequently fall. The bright red shine in his eyes that always radiate so profusely dims.
I'm fading.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so gradual day by day that I never noticed it happening right in front of my very eyes.
What?
Zero, you're not as sharply defined as you were when we first met, or even a year ago.
Zero!
What's going on? Talk to me.
Remember.
Do you know how poltergeists come into existence?
Of course!
Let's see. A human dies somewhere, right? And then,
You know.
poltergeists come into existence when a person dies with an unresolved matter near and dear to their heart.
That means...
We cannot bear to leave this world having left undone that which we ought to have done. I try and rack my mind around what he just told me. My overworked brain from all this potion cramming begins to fry. Zero watches me struggle and sighs before signaling me to pay attention as he continues his explanation.
In the past...
I've met malevolent poltergeists who were murdered and take to haunting the house of their death and tormenting those who try to live there. And I've met benevolent poltergeists who left debt unpaid and in repentance try to help the living. But we all have that but what we all have in common is whenever the unresolved matter is resolved, we move on. Move on?
Yes.
Poltergeists aren't natural, and in nature's grand scheme of life and death, there is no place for us.
That means...
We are tied to this world by the unresolved matter of our hearts clinging to. When that disappears, so must we.
Zero.
If you don't mind me asking, what does your heart cling to?
I've forgotten.
Huh?
That's right.
Some poltergeists resolve their problems dramatically, like hunting down their murderer or helping the child of a friend like they had once let down. But for most of us, the resolution comes in due time. As time heals all wounds, essentially we end up forgetting that which bound us here. I'm surprised it's kept me around for so long. I suppose I must be forgetting everything at last.
Zero!
A wave of emotion rushes to my face, and it's taking every ounce of control not to fling myself at him, my childhood friend, upon learning the truth.
Oh, no.
You're not about to cry, are you?
No.
Of course not. I fucking would. I'm about to. I'm the one and only Stars Nightshade. Da-dee-da. That's good. I've always hated to see you cry, Stars. But you're saying you'll disappear.
What?
But you're saying that you'll disappear.
No way!
I don't want that.
Like...
Because you're a ghost, I thought you'd always be here with me, with all of us.
You know.
Nothing lasts forever, not even poltergeists. All things must come to an end. Is there anything I can do to stop you from disappearing? Anything at all?
No.
I don't think so. Unless you can make me remember the reason why I had become a poltergeist in the first place. But that's impossible, realistically speaking. No one knows my birth name or who I was when I died. Nothing remains of all that, except for maybe a faint ache in my heart. Even that is fading. Zero speaks of a faint ache in his heart. I can feel a strong one brewing within mine.
Zero!
Do you want to move on? If you do, I'm glad for you that you're forgetting. But if not,
Well...
do you want to remain here together with me just for a little while longer? Zero is quiet for a long time. Then without a word, he leans close to me and kisses the top of my head. Oh. I can't feel his touch. There's only a chilling sensation that causes my skin to tingle and makes tears form from my eyes. I blink to force them down. There were no words spoken for the rest of our evening, held in each other's company, but I never felt more heard. Oh, my fucking heart, bro. Oh, I need pink potions. One, please. Another one pink potion. That's so fucking sad. Okay, we only have a few left. Crimson Dusk, okay. I don't think you'll pass the exam. Listen here. Do I need all of them to pass? Do I need all of them to pass? I need to know, Agent Core. Do I need all of them to pass? Oh, I need more potions. Do I need all of... do you know how many potions I need? Ooh. So then maybe I should use the rest of the time for the part-time job. I'll use the rest for the part-time job and buy more potions, I guess. Because if I don't need all of the spells, then I can deal with that. Make potions. You're so right. You brew 3 of the same. Okay, well that's not what I wanted, but fuck it. I've never had I ever met a Sphinx before now. Quickly realized they were very stingy when it comes to paying full price for things, and especially enjoyed confusing people with a lot of riddles over the transaction. After casting intimidation on myself, I was able to make the Sphinx freeze and stop throwing riddles at me. In the end, I finally got her to pay full price. Yeah, fuck yeah! So we'll buy potions. Okay, wait, hang on. I need red. So I'll get 3 red potions. The rest of my money. Oh! The fuck did I click? We'll make potions. We'll make pink. Finally. Okay, we're here. Okay. Oh, let's see. Finally, the hour of truth is here. I look around the town square, which is filled to the brim with monstrous classmates and upperclassmen. There are a few familiar faces lingering in the edge, cramming last minute. The few others are nervously asking their crushes to the festivities after the exams. Always a good sight to see. But at the very center of the square is Mrs. Magwitch, stern-faced and serious as ever, waiting for the witching hour to finally arrive. Once it does, she'll teleport us to the dungeons where we will face our trials. Close by is Mr. West, who is trying to sell potions to anyone that doesn't look prepared enough.
All right.
We've got a few minutes left before the exams pass. Maybe I can do something that will help me pass. Whew. What should I do? What should I do, gamer? Agent Core, what should I do? Praying for me to pass? Oh, thank you. Thanks, Agent Core. What should I do? I'm leaving it to you, my one viewer. My choice. Oh, don't do that to me. I got him. It's fine. Okay, well, the leeching potion seems like the, only good option, because sweet talking won't do much, and helping the classmate find love is not what we need right now, so I guess we'll leech. Dancing around Mr. West, I try to talk to him into giving me a few extra potions for the exams. However, he simply ignores my request with a huff. Only after I help him manage the customers multitasking by using Scuttle does he yield. I've become the most hardworking witch in Drimmermere High. Where else would you find someone trying to earn extra potions last minute instead of buying them? It's time. Finally, Miss Magwitch's voice rings out and everyone goes quiet. Remember, your primary goal will be finding the exit. If you run out of potions, I will teleport you back here and I will count as a failure. Whoo, shit. Now line up. Alright, let's get started. And afterwards... Oh... Oh... Oh, it's the final choice! Oh, it's the final choice. I'm gonna hang out with Zero, because I like Zero a lot. Afterwards, I'll go boast to Zero. He was always nagging me about exams after all. Congrats on having all options available? Yeah! Fuck yeah! Oh, why is it so dark in here? Let's go glow.
Yes.
Nightshade way, let's go.
All right.
Finally, there's something with light. Oh, I have a good amount. Finally, some light. See, that door looks tightly shut and the lever next to it looks broken. Oh, that's really off center. It's really off. Oh no, this needs to be moved like so much to the right. Oh, that's terrible to look at. Nope, no way I can push this door. Insubstantiate.
Insubstantiate. Wow.
This room is so much bigger. Maybe a deep hit, not sure if I can jump over it. There's a door. Over there, there's a door, but there are big rocks blocking the way. These need to be fucking adjusted. Oh my god, look at that gap.
Duh.
Deep is pretty deep. If I fall in, I'll sure end up as mincemeat. Oh. Let me do something else for right now. I want to look at this.
Wow.
Such a dried up skeleton. Okay, that was literally all I had to look at. Okay, so... Can I really not click on this? Okay, fucking we're going this way. I'll use fly.
Fly.
Float over the pit with
All
ease.
right.
Okay. Oh, we're halfway? Fuck yeah. A zombie. What did he eat to grow so big? Why is he glaring at me as if I owe him money? Don't tell me he's also an obstacle I have to pass. Whale. Let's talk about this. Barely dodge a nick of time to roll out of the way. Just motions later, he attempts to attack again. Quickly, I pull out a flask of potion, gulp down its content. Whale. Let out a loud shriek and the zombie freezes in mid-motion, raising his claws to cover his ears. Just as my lungs almost run out of air, his legs finally give out and the zombie falls unconscious.
Yes.
That was close, but Nightshade wins. Seems like a dead end, but I have a feeling there should be a door here. Can I click on anything else? Ooh, frog.
Oh.
Such a cute frog. What's it doing here? Gentle giant. Perhaps it can help me.
Giant.
Hello there, little frog. Do you think you can help me get out of here? With enthusiasm, the frog jumps onto me. I stretch out my hand to catch it. Hopping around, it gestures for me to get closer to the walls. Is there anything I can do? Croak. Tapping against the brick. I do as it says. Ooh, as soon as my finger touches the brick, a glowing glowing rune appears. I'd never seen this glitch. It's pretty fucking funny. Whoa, magic runes? Croak?
Oh!
Tap
you
them in the
mean-
right orders. Alright, show me how. A few minutes later, after guidance, finally managed to light up over 60 runes. Whoa, Croak!
Alright!
Wall disappeared, nice. Pet the frog and thank it for the amazing work before releasing it. Now let's move on.
Huh?
Is that the Reaper? Is that the Grim Reaper? How on earth did Miss Magwitch get him here? Behind him seems to be the exit door. It's my only option. Slowly trying my best not to make any noise, I sneak behind the columns and out of his sight. However, just as I almost reach the door, a voice as cold as snow falls upon my ears. Halt! Oh god.
Huh?
Eek! That wasn't bad, mortal, but move to the other world, you must pay for your passage. Aren't you the Reaper? I am. Then why do you sound like the ferryman? Besides, I'm not dead, and I don't want to go to the other world. No matter, to get out of this room you need to pay me 20 potions, no matter which color.
Huh?
Huh? That's a ripoff. You want to pass your exams or not? Luckily, he lets me pass. Yeah! Let's go! Exams passed! Because I had a fuck ton of potions!
Da-dee-da!
Genius of Dwemer High, da-da-da. Stars, Nightshade, the clever, the brainy, da-da-da.
Well done.
Well done, Stars. Congratulations. Oh. Yeah! Catch me! Fuck yeah. Wasn't I absolutely marvelous? You were. No snide remarks, no sarcastic jabs.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, don't say that to me. Oh. Oh. Oh, thank you. The earlier part of the evening was given to the post-exam celebration in Dwemer High. Not as good as my matchmaking parties, but pretty close. Now I'm back to my room, worn out and sleepy, but indescribably happy. Zero is hovering next to me with that sweet smile on his face I hadn't seen in what feels like forever.
I will!
I'm going to make you prouder yet.
How?
Yes!
Psst. Listen, I figured out a spell that will let me touch you at long last.
Don't
be silly. No spell such exists.
Zero!
Which goes on to show that not even you know everything, Zero. Watch this. Desubstantiate. Use the potion Miss Magwitch had specially prepared just for me and cast the spell.
This!
Stars, you're... Ta-da! What's going on? Are you okay? My body feels light and airy, as if freed from shackles that had been dragging me down all my life. Looking down at the person lying on the couch, I realized that my body was the shackles. What? Who is this cute and lovely witch lounging on the sofa? Is that what I look like?
Why?
What did the spell do? Your spirit, it left your body.
Wait.
You've become all ghostly, like insubstantiate, but you feel so warm, so full of life. Wait a second. Zero, what did you just say?
How?
You feel warm to me. You feel warm to me. You feel warm to me.
Yes!
The spell works!
Why?
I don't believe it. I'm a poltergeist. I haven't got a sense of touch. I've forgotten what warmth is, and yet why do I feel warm now when you're close to me? Just wait until I do this. I grab his hand for a moment. Fear and doubt seizes me. I wonder if my hand will pass through his in spite of everything, like it has always before. But they don't. My fingers close around Zero's, and I feel for the first time the shape and contour of his hand. It's positively exhilarating. The initial icy cold touch of his skin quickly turns warm.
Oh!
This is what your hand feels like. I think you've got a pretty nice hand, Zero. He glances away at my compliment, rubbing the back of his neck with my free hand. I'm glad you think so. I don't suppose you mind telling me exactly what's going on.
Right!
Oh, all in good time. Now, let me try something. I fling my arms around him and squeeze. I've caught you at last. Stars. Shocked, he stands still for a brief moment. Then gingerly and hesitantly, he brings his arms around me. Stars, look at me. Pulling away slightly, Zero gently grabs the tip of my chin and lifts up my head. Zero,
Don't worry.
It's alright, I know. His burning ruby eyes reflect into my own and encompass my entire universe. Yes! Gradually, inch by inch, our faces draw nearer to each other. His nose touches mine, and for just a split second, I feel the feathery touch of his lips against my own. Whoa! I fall right through him and smack back down into my body and flop on the floor like a sack of bricks. The spell wore off with the most unfortunate of timing.
Ouch.
Oh dear, that looks like it hurt.
Damien.
It did. It does. Ow, ow, ow. Stars, Nightshade, the clumsy, the heavy. We look at each other and burst into laughter, then suddenly tears begin to well and fall down my face.
Don't.
Stars, don't cry. You know I hate it when I see you cry.
No way!
I'm not crying. You are.
Um,
That's only because I'm so happy.
Why?
So am I, Stars. You're wonderful, but you mustn't cry. With a few sniffles and a crack of my voice, I start to speak.
well...
The spell Disubstantiate, Miss Magwitch taught it to me, you know.
But
If anyone would know this spell, it'd be Estella, of course, but why would she teach it to you? At the party earlier, she asked me why I seemed so glum even though I had aced the exams. I told her about you and how you were fading and how much I desperately wanted to hug you properly just once before you move on, she said. I wipe my nose using the back of my wrist and quickly shake off of my head, slap both hands firmly against my cheeks to help keep my composure. She said disubstantiate might help.
yes.
And it did.
What?
But the spell consumes too much magic and I couldn't keep it up. Just
Please?
don't move on just yet, Zero. Let me try again tomorrow, please, and we could continue where we left off just now. Blushing nervously, I am twiddling my fingers when I look up at Zero, gesturing at himself.
Don't worry.
I'm not gonna move on tomorrow. Can't you see?
How?
What? Oh, your form. It's all sharp and crisp again. But how?
Yes.
It assuredly is.
That's right.
When you cast that spell, and again when you hugged me, it made me remember everything who I was, how my life went, and the reason I became a poltergeist. What was the reason?
What was the reason?
The reason you became a poltergeist.
You became a poltergeist.
Yes! A smile so soft and endearing wanders across his face and sets my heart aglow.
It doesn't matter now. All that matters is that I'm here with you.
Oh my god.
I told you, didn't I? A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and some grudges are best forgotten.
Does that mean you won't leave?
This is so awesome.
I won't. For as long as you want me to be here with you, I will forever be by your side.
That was so good. You've unlocked Zero's ending, a new reason to stay. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, that was awesome. Ryan Hoyle. Oh, that's amazing. Lizzie Freeman. Oh, Adriel Fanka. And Kadin Jensen for Damien. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, good job to everyone. Oh, that's so good. Holy shit, that was so good. I'm definitely revisiting this. I'm 100% revisiting this. Lawrence is in the DLC. I will be getting the DLC. This was so good. Oh my god. That was so good. Oh. Oh, I'm so happy about that. That was so good. I will be getting the DLC. 'Cause I need a cat boy in my life. Oh, that was so great. So, just letting everybody know. Let me quit, please. Just letting everybody know. Let me pull up my other music. I will be revisiting this. There's no way I'm not revisiting this. There's no way I'm not. I will be. You'll probably see it in my stream schedule for next week. That, on next Wednesday, I have it scheduled because Twitch is weird and is like, oh, you're gonna be playing this same game every week? You have no choice. So, I guess next week I'll be going for the different routes, and we'll maybe even do the DLC. Because now that I've seen most of this, and I know how to pass the exam, I can just skip through all the dialogue until we get to, like, some really interesting shit with Carmilla, or with Damien. So, I will leave this here. This has been an amazing experience. And, thank you, Agent Core, for sticking by me. Thanks to anyone, you could have done saves throughout the game. I like to live on the edge. I like to live life on the edge. Whatever. But I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for Deck of the Dragon for following, and thank you so much, Mikon, for following. It means a lot that you guys think I'm cool, and that you guys are willing to come back and follow. But yeah, that's gonna be the end for today. I don't have enough people to raid, so go watch some other cool people, and have a good night.